NFL as the Patriots and Chargers turn up the heat for the December run to the playoffs. It's the defining month of the NFL season. The stakes are higher, the intensity greater, the emotions hotter. December has arrived.
The big picture is to get to the playoffs and get to the Super Bowl. And, you know, you have to take care of business earlier in the year, and hopefully in December you have a chance, an opportunity to run for it.
Bledsoe has his Pats positioned nicely, yet there's still much work to be done. The Chargers have made their mark in this month before. Can they summon up the stamina to do it again? The Patriots and Chargers begin their run for the playoffs tonight on ESPN. Along with Joe Theismann and Mark Malone. Welcome to the NFL on ESPN. Bill Parcells knows all about winning football in December, and last week he tuned up the Patriots by having Curtis Martin carry the ball 35 times for 141 yards rushing. Martin will be a huge factor again tonight. So will Drew Bledsoe, who with 20 touchdown passes and only 9 interceptions is having the best year of his young career. Coaches are always looking for balance on offense. And, Joe, the Patriots think they finally found it.
And, Michael, San Diego is desperately needing to find it. I mean, quarterback Stan Humphries has been making the big plays we've all come to expect. And Tony Martin leads the NFL in touchdown catches. But what the Chargers must do tonight is have a complementary running attack to go along with that big-time passing game. Like Coach Parcells, Bobby Ross has forged a great December record of his own. And he'll be the first to tell you, in order to win in December, you got to run the football.
All right, Joe, and it is a huge game for both these teams' playoffs hopes. The Patriots are in great shape in the AFC wildcard race, and with Buffalo losing today, a New England win would give them first place in the AFC East. San Diego is clinging to the final AFC wildcard spot and needs a win to stay ahead of the Colts and the Oilers. And a reminder, Mark Malone with us throughout the night looking at key matchups and trends in his Spotlight segments. New England has won the toss. John Carney to kick it away to David Meggett and Troy Brown. A full house at the Murph. And we are underway in San Diego. Brown at the 10. Good wedge in front. Brown still on his feet. Finally forced out of bounds. For the Patriots offense, Drew Bledsoe is having a banner year in the NFL's top 4 in yards, completions, and touchdown passes. Rookie Terry Glenn has had quite an impact. His 62 catches, 7th in the AFC, is more than all the other wide receivers combined. Up front, Bruce Armstrong, the most decorated lineman, 4 Pro Bowls, but he's struggled a bit in pass protection lately. Martin is the deep man in the eye. Sam Gash is lead blocker. Junior Seau set to unleash the Charger defense. Play action, Bledsoe. Coates right down the middle to the San Diego 42.
You know, Mike, the thing that Kurt Cavea, the middle linebacker of the Chargers, told me, I got to be concerned with the play action. There's the fake right at him, and they go right down his left side. That's Ben Coates right down the middle, right past Kurt Cavea, the middle linebacker of the Chargers.
Ben Coates, ever since he has been in the league, a premier pass receiver from that tight end spot. He has caught passes in 62 straight games. Curtis Martin with his first carry, nothing doing. Kevin Ross up from his safety spot. San Diego's defense has gotten a boost from Chris Mims. Last year out of shape, he had only 2 sacks. This year, he's tied for the club lead with 5. Junior Seau also has 5 and is number 2 in tackles, even with nagging injuries. He is the NFL's premier big play man. And in the secondary, Rodney Harrison moved from 3 to strong safety. It's paid off. He leads the team in both tackles and interceptions. Dave Aloff, the defensive coordinator of San Diego, who has seen his unit play much better the last 3 weeks. They'll face a test tonight. Bledsoe complete, about 2 yards shy of the first down. Got it out to Terry Glenn at the sideline.
He's got my vote for Rookie of the Year, Mike. Terry Glenn has really become something special since he got that hamstring fixed. Now he's going to go up against Willie Clark, number 31. Good little inside move. And it looks like the Patriots on offense are in a nice rhythm so far throwing the football.
Clark starting at the corner because Darian Gordon has back spasms. That will also hurt the Chargers most likely in the kick return game. Curtis Martin. Excuse me, it was Meggett who checked into the lineup. Meggett got the carry and close to the marker. It appeared he needed to get just inside the 33-yard line. And there is a guy who has no qualms about going for 4th down anytime.
Doesn't even blink an eye about it. I mean, he makes decisions. He has great belief in his football team. And you know, he's going to do things to protect it. For Bobby Ross, he's got to be concerned about what happens at the line of scrimmage. If the Patriots' offensive line can control his defensive line, it'll be a tough night for the Chargers.
Gone for it 25 times this year. 52% is 13th. And Bledsoe has to take a timeout. We're in the middle of the opening drive in San Diego. We are scoreless.
ESPN Sunday Night NFL is brought to you by MasterCard. MasterCard, it's smart money. By Cadillac and your Cadillac dealers. And by McDonald's, official break of the NFL.
Patriots on their opening drive have gotten inside the San Diego 35-yard line. They face a 4th and 1. Didn't take us long to get to a big play in this game. Keith Byers has checked in, along with Curtis Martin. Bledsoe to throw. Coates to the 13-yard line. He beat Rodney Harrison. A gain of 22.
Mike, offensively, the Patriots just have so much confidence when Drew Bledsoe has his hands on the football. And when you're going to run, I mean, you just run where, or play action fake where Bledsoe is, where Ben Coates is. He's just going to go down. They're going to run the fake inside. He's going to break on out to the flat, and you wind up with a pretty good completion. He just misses all the traffic. You've got an excellent tight end on a linebacker. Mismatch.
Harrison was chasing, just couldn't get there. Martin, boy, hits the hole in a hurry and bursts inside the 10 to about the 8-yard line. Govea was waiting for him. Last week, Bill Parcells came out and ran 17 of the first 19 plays with Curtis Martin. But as he put it very well last night, you do what's effective. Everyone keeps trying to push him back in this Giants mold and run, run, run. He says, I don't have that kind of team. I do what works. It's my job as a coach.
But I think also Bill's never going to get away from the fact that he plays in New England. He coached in New York. He still knows the value of a running game.
Curtis Martin is out as a flanker. Bledsoe looks the other way. And what a catch by Terry Glenn. Had to turn around, caught it behind him, touchdown.
There was the epitome of a one-handed catch. He just put it right on the hip, and it's right there. Drew Bledsoe looked so comfortable through that entire series, just dropping back and throwing the ball. The inside receiver, number 88, Junior Seau, tries to get a chuck on him. Can't catch up to him. Willie Clark, 31's there too late. He just throws it out, pitch and catch, one-handed, didn't even need the right one.
Vinatieri for the point after, and all Bledsoe did on that drive was hit 4 out of 4 for 59 yards. The Patriots with an impressive opening drive. They lead it 7-0. big game against Denver. Bill Parcells was very disappointed in the way his team played. Tonight, again, playoff atmosphere. This is a great start.
Well, this is a hostile environment, too. They did that at home. They didn't play well against Denver at home. Here they now come on the road against San Diego. Somebody they may have to play later on down the road in the year. So he feels like if his team can play well here, they're young enough. If they can get a little bit of inspiration on the road, it'll suit them well for the next 3 weeks and hopefully into January.
And he's interested to see if they can live up to the challenge. Coleman backs all the way 1 yard into the end zone. And doesn't even get back to the 15-yard line. The scoring drive for the Patriots, nearly flawless. 7 plays, went 64 yards. Glenn capped it off, mostly done in the air, as Curtis Martin had very little success running the ball. Bledsoe, 59 of the 64 yards passing. Now San Diego's turn with the football as Junior Seau and company try to regroup on the sideline. Stan Humphries wants to throw on first down and got Deans May out across the 20. San Diego's offense has been carried by Stan Humphries. He's had 15 touchdown passes, only 6 interceptions, and a career-high passer rating. Leonard Russell was the Patriots' leading rusher in '93 and has bitter memories about his departure. Tonight's game is personal. The offensive line has shown signs of coming together the last 3 games. Vaughn Parker is their best pass blocker. Russell, the big man, dances outside. Leonard Russell to the 33-yard line. He's tough once he gets that big body going.
And that's the thing I think the Chargers have to do on offense, Mike, is they're big enough up front. They have to be able to control that line of scrimmage. You got Eric Moten, number 77, Vaughn Parker, number 70 on the left side. They do a good job. And, of course, you get the H-back coming in. Shannon Mitchell seals the inside, and Leonard Russell is quick enough to hit the corner.
10th in the conference in rushing. Russell again on the delay. This time does not get back to the line of scrimmage. The tackle by Ted Johnson. For the Patriots on defense, Willie McGinnis is adopted to the switch from linebacker. His 8 sacks is in the AFC's top 5. Ted Johnson has grown into his role as a first-time middle linebacker. 86 tackles, leads New England. And they brought Willie Clay in from Detroit to make plays, and he has done it. Number 2 in tackles, the club leader in interceptions. Al Groh, the defensive coordinator for the Patriots. Both of these defenses have given up a lot of yards and a lot of points this year. Russell trying to make a behind-the-back one-handed catch in camp.
Well, you know, people would say, oh, geez, why couldn't he catch that? To me, for a quarterback, that's the toughest throw in football, is to hit a running back swinging out of the backfield. You have to give it to him in time so that he can make the catch, focus on somebody closing on him real quick, and try and make a move. So many things have to happen. The ball has to be thrown perfectly. That one wasn't.
3rd and 10 for San Diego. They have not done well in this department, only 35% this year. Terrell Fletcher, number 41, is in the lineup. Humphries guns it. Nice defensive play by Otis Smith. Looked like he got a hand on it and knocked it away. The Chargers will have to punt.
Otis Smith had his best year last year with the Jets with 6 interceptions. He's a corner who's quick enough at 5'11" and 190 to be able to play Tony Martin fairly physical. Be a good matchup for him.
Darren Bennett, who can just knock the lights out of it to kick to David Meggett, 3rd in the AFC this year in punt returns, averaging 11.8 a kick. Not one of his best. And Meggett disdains the fair catch and gets 5 yards out of it after falling down. A 42-yard punt. Bledsoe with a 7-0 lead will bring his offense back on the field. Most enduring symbols, the Goodyear Blimp Eagle, based in Carson, California, has been providing these beautiful aerial pictures. 1996 marks the 71st consecutive year a Goodyear Blimp, easy for you to say, has flown over a major sporting event. Curtis Martin, brought down by Seau at the 35.
And off to number 28.
In the 3 years Bob Kraft has owned this New England Patriots football team, he just continues to build little increments. He went himself, got himself a quarterback, and he started to add things around it. Went and got Terry Glenn to give Drew Bledsoe somebody to throw the football. The offensive side of the ball is as dangerous as there is in football. This man's job is to make sure the defense can get it done as well.
2nd and 6, Chargers come with a blitz, and Martin had nowhere to go. Sayal gummed up the works initially, and then Kevin Ross came flying up from his free safety spot.
Mike, it's 3rd down and 5 and 6 is where the Chargers, I think, have the burden of shutting down Bledsoe tonight. Normally, he would try and look for Ben Coates because that was really the only person he had to throw the ball to. Now, I would look for him to try and get the ball possibly to Terry Glenn somewhere in the middle of the football field.
Drew Bledsoe now, I think you would agree, has as many weapons as anybody. Sayal offside, didn't make it back. Free play for Bledsoe. Knocked away from Glenn. Excellent coverage by Terrence Shaw. But Sayal's aggressiveness may cost him on this.
I talked to Drew Bledsoe earlier today. He said to me, we're going to try and take and use Junior Sayal's aggressiveness against him. And that's exactly what he did.
Offside by the defense in the neutral zone at the snap. Number 55. 5-yard penalty, repeat 3rd down.
But it is still 3rd down, now 3rd and 2.
Yeah, but here's the staggered count. Gives the old hard count. Junior says, I'm coming. No, I'm not. Well, yes, I am. No, I'm not. Let me get back. Sorry. That's where you see the maturity in a quarterback. Using the things that you have to take advantage of as a quarterback. Using the tools. Can't make Bobby Ross very happy what he's seen so far from his defense.
Coates and Glenn go to the top of your screen together. Curtis Martin on the toss. 1st down and more. Martin to midfield. Finally spun down by Marco Coleman. So they go with the toss sweep on 3rd and short. 5 carries, 17 yards from Martin.
Ben Coates is mostly known for his pass-catching ability, but watch number 87 steal Chris Mims, 94. He sets the corner. You get the guard out in front, you allow Curtis Martin to pick and choose where he wants to. But that guy, the corner guy, has got to set the post for the man to get around.
And Sayal got trapped inside and couldn't come back out to make the tackle. Bledsoe with time. Glenn is open. Out of bounds. Willie Clark was beaten by Glenn, and Bledsoe threw a strike, but I think Glenn got 1 foot in.
And that really is the thrower. That's on Drew Bledsoe. Instead of leading him up the field, what he does is he leads him out towards the sidelines. It's a combination. Bledsoe threw the ball there, but Glenn has got to know where the sideline is. That's what happens when you miss all that time as a rookie in training camp. You don't learn that discipline.
2nd and 10. The San Diego crowd getting a little perturbed. Draw to Martin. Nice cutback. Coleman makes the tackle, but he picks up 6. Curtis Martin carried the ball 35 times a week ago. Bill Parcells acknowledged he's not going to be around for a long time if he carries it 35 times a game. But Martin says, yeah, give it to me. I'd like it 35 times.
There are other coaches around the league that have small backs that adhere to that theory. I don't. I think he's a football player. I think, yeah, over 6 or 7 years, if he does it, you know, anybody wears down, whether you're 240 or 210.
3rd and 4. Here comes the blitz. They pick it up, and Bledsoe throws. Clark never turned around, never saw the ball. The tackle had to be made by Harrison. It's a gain of 26.
I don't care who has to cover Terry Glenn. They got their hands full, whether it's Willie Clark or Terrence Shaw or anyone else. Glenn, looking at the defender, does a good job of getting outside, does a nice job of hand checking, and then goes to get the football. He's the kind of a receiver that is going to go get the ball no matter where you put it, not allow somebody to not allow him to get there.
Darian Gordon not starting tonight because of back spasms, and Willie Clark is being lit up on that corner. Bledsoe can't find anybody. Now throws deep over the middle. Touchdown, fire! There is a marker down. Kevin Ross couldn't stay with him forever, and Keith Byers, with those great hands, made the catch.
You got to give the offensive line of the New England Patriots a lot of credit for a lot of time. Parcells told us last night, Mike, Keith Byers is great. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000. You never get 4 1,000 in time.
And if there was a marker, they picked it up. The touchdown stands. He had all day against the blitz. Vinatieri gets the point after. And New England with fireworks early. They lead it 14-0. Being lit up like a Christmas tree so far. Drew Bledsoe really picking on him with Terry Glenn. Darian Gordon unable to go so far because of back spasms. Of course, Glenn and Bledsoe have done that to a lot of people.
This kid is special. I mean, you can talk about a lot of guys that play in this game. Both these kids are. Drew Bledsoe's playing like it's a sandlot game, just throwing the ball around and telling Terry Glenn, you go down the field, go get it, I'll get it there.
Coleman on the run at the 3. The 29-yard line. The NFL's best pregame show, NFL Countdown, every Sunday at 11:30 a.m. as Chris Berman and the gang preview all the action. Then at 7 p.m., it's prime time. You'll see all the highlights of all the day's games. And at 8 p.m., we'll have Barry Sanders and the Lions against the Minnesota Vikings. Jack Murphy Stadium packed tonight as both of these teams in the playoff hunt. Chargers with their second series. Leonard Russell rumbling through the secondary and pounds out to the 44-yard line. The Chargers are not about to abandon their game plan. It's still in the first quarter, even though they're down 14-0.
Michael, as a matter of fact, the Chargers' game plan is so important to keeping New England's offense off the field. They have to run it. Eric Moten, number 77, does a terrific job on Willie McGinnis, number 55, to create the hole for Leonard Russell.
Russell again. Drags a couple of tacklers with him up to the 47-yard line. Ted Johnson was there.
Ralph Friedgen, big Ralph right there, the Chargers offensive coordinator. Trying to figure out a pace. It's hard to get a pace as an offensive coordinator and as a quarterback when you're on the sideline so much. He doesn't have a chance to get a rhythm.
2nd and 6. Here comes the blitz. Humphries unloads. Russell, who Ralph Friedgen told us in preseason may have the best hands of any big man he's ever seen coming out of the backfield.
Leonard Russell has spent a lot of time in a lot of places here over the last couple of years. Of course, started in New England, was a first-round draft pick for Bill Parcells. Didn't really work out. For some reason, Bill and Leonard didn't see eye to eye. He moved on to Denver, wound up in St. Louis, felt he should have played ahead of Jerome Bettis. Now he's found a home as the big back in this offense.
And the Chargers say he has done everything they asked him to do. Humphries on 3rd down. And has the first down to Charlie Jones, the rookie out of Fresno State, who they really like as a receiver. Otis Smith on the tackle.
Mike, you look for little things out of rookie receivers. We saw Terry Glenn, although he's catching a lot of balls, get close to the sideline, wind up with an incompletion. Charlie Jones here looks where the first down marker is. He could have tried to get cute. He's the outside guy. He could have tried to get cute, but he didn't. He just went to try and get the first down. See, he sees the marker. Now he says, I got to get up there.
Jones, Fresno State's all-time leader. His uncle Larry played with you with the Redskins. And he had a cousin, Tommy Smith, who won the 200-meter gold medal in the Mexico City Olympics.
I almost got his uncle Larry killed because I was a punt returner with Larry Jones, and I was supposed to block for him.
Otis Smith is the injured player. They've already lost Jimmy Hitchcock for tonight's game and have Reynolds and Law the only other healthy corners.
And Ty Law really is not that healthy. They were going to take a look at him, and he's got a knee that's bothering him. And
Ricky Reynolds has a couple of bad ankles.
Yeah, which he sprained on Thursday in practice this week. So, you know, they're real thin at the cornerback position.
And Otis Smith, an excellent special teams player. When he was with the Eagles, he was the two-time special team MVP for that team. Looks like he's fine coming off. Patriots, in their first 2 possessions, scored touchdowns and lead it 14-0. And you don't think they were happy watching the Indianapolis-Buffalo game today? It gave them an opportunity to win tonight. They go into first place in the AFC East. Play action by Humphries. Loves to go downfield. Martin open. Touchdown. There's a flag down, and it will be roughing the passer. The touchdown will stand. Stan Humphries throws the deep ball as well as anybody that's ever played this game.
And Tony Martin gets there for him too, Michael.
46 yards of beauty.
I heard something today from Sterling Sharp on Countdown. He called Tony Martin the best receiver in football today, bar none. And I'll tell you something, he's making one case for it.
And he just tied Lance Allworth's club record, his 14th receiving touchdown of the year. John Carney comes on for the point after. First quarter fireworks, 3 touchdowns already. A couple of big play offenses we have tonight, and defenses that really haven't been that strong this year. Carney converts the point after. And a big play for San Diego to get back in the game.
I think Ralph Friedgen found a little rhythm on that one, Mike. Tony Martin lined up outside on Ricky Reynolds, does a good job escaping, and then just sort of lulls him, pushes back to him. Now remember, Ricky's got a bad ankle. He's not going to catch Tony anyway. There's the touchdown. And the reason why you're able to do that as a quarterback, get somebody down the middle of the field, because you'll see the Patriots, they have everybody up around the line of scrimmage, and you got Martin running down the middle of the football field. Scooter Magruder, number 27, gets caught up around the line of scrimmage. And it's hello, goodbye, catch you later, I got one.
Tony Martin spent 4 rather invisible years in Miami. When he came here, they said he couldn't even run routes. And that is the roughing the passer penalty, McGinnis paving Stan Humphries. They'll assess it on the kickoff.
Let me tell you, the guy talking to him is Jerry Sullivan, the wide receiver coach. Jerry Sullivan is as responsible for the growth of Tony Martin as anybody. He's really taught him to be a great receiver. Tony basically said, hey, look, I could always run. What Coach Sullivan has taught me is how to stop and come out of routes.
Jerry Sullivan, very proud of his son, who's a wide receiver at South Carolina. Thinks he ought to do some very good things for them next year.
There was a decent guy that played the NFL that went to South Carolina.
Sterling.
I don't know.
Something.
I don't know who it was, but he was pretty good, I understand.
Meggett and Brown are deep to receive. Don't go to the kitchen too often. You're going to miss something. Carney pooches it. Brown at the 10. And got back across to 21. Pushed all the way back to the 1. DirecTV's Grade 8 gets rolling on Tuesday night at 7:30. Tim Duncan and Wake Forest go against Mississippi State. Then at 10, Purdue meets the defending national champion Kentucky Wildcats. Wednesday at 7:30, UMass battles the Georgetown Hoyas. That's followed by the Cincinnati Bearcats and the Kansas Jayhawks. Cincinnati #1 this week, but the new rankings come out tomorrow. They will not be. Martin and Byers in the backfield together. Now Byers goes to a tight end spot. Bledsoe with time. Has the completion out to Sean Jefferson, the ex-Charger, to the 30.
Michael, we talked about Leonard Russell playing for Coach Parcells. Well, you got Sean Jefferson, who was let go last year by the Chargers here, who also has something to prove. He is their downtown fast guy. And he, I mean, but he, you know, he's had 38 catches this year, so it's not like he's been ignored. It's been a very integral part of the success that Bledsoe has had.
Sean Jefferson's numbers. Drew Bledsoe, 112 yards passing in the quarter. He's on a pace for over 600 tonight. Curtis Martin, gaping hole up the middle of midfield. Well, if you like offense, settle in.
Don't blink your eyes. Watch number 55 on the right, Junior Seau. You block him, you pretty much handle this offense. Good job. Todd Rucci, number 71, makes the block. You know, when you talk about blocking, you don't have to hit somebody. You're just going to seal them off a little bit.
Seau has first quarter. Martin. Gouveia had him in the backfield, couldn't hold him, and then Junior brings him down after a gain of 3. Gouveia had him for a loss and is upset with himself that he didn't make the stop. Martin, very, very elusive as a running back. In fact, he is the AFC's all-time leader in touchdowns per game so far in his second year. 1.11 touchdowns a game. Here comes the blitz. They pick it up again. Coates. A couple of yards shy of a first down. The strong safety Rodney Harrison made the tackle.
One thing that you got to watch in this game as it goes on is how well the secondary and linebackers of the Chargers will tackle the receivers and running backs of the Patriots. That's going to decide a lot of how this game goes, because you know Drew's going to complete them. The question is, how many yards are they going to get after the initial hits and after the completion?
Harrison and Ross, both good tackling safeties. 3rd and 2. Early movement. They're going to whistle that play dead. Looked like the left side of the Patriots line got a quick start.
Before the ball was snapped, false start by the offense, number 78. 5-yard penalty. It remains 3rd down.
That's the veteran Bruce Armstrong. 10-year man with 4 Pro Bowls to his credit.
Well, he knows he's got to get a cutoff. He's just trying to get there quick.
24 offsides. Only St. Louis has more in the NFL. Bill Parcells does not like mistakes. I mean, no coaches do. We've got 2 tonight. We can't tolerate them. Bobby Ross and Bill Parcells. Negatives in now on 3rd and 7. Another blitz. Again, they don't get there, and Bledsoe throws, tip incomplete. Harrison got a hand on it. It was intended for Troy Brown. Harrison, in his 3rd year out of Western Illinois, has become a premier player in the secondary.
Rodney Harrison's going to come into the middle of the screen. Drew's in the shotgun. Watch from the left to your right. You're going to see the receiver come in. I'll tell you something. That was a nice job by Harrison, because he let Brown just get a little bit ahead and then made the play.
Cooper to punt. They don't have to, well, this will be the last play of the first quarter. And Darian Gordon is back to receive, sore ribs and all. Gordon lets it go, and it dies inside the 2. What a punt by Tupa, 44 yards, and killed it inside the 5.
Breakaway of the week.
Packers and Bears tied at 7 at Lambeau Field in the 3rd quarter. Desmond Howard. He's gone. Could go all the way. 75-yard punt return. 28-17. The Pack wins. They could be home for the playoffs, Mike.
Tell you what, Boomer, the cold has been very, very good for Desmond Howard up there in Green Bay. 14-7. Patriots with the lead here. First quarter, Dave Adolph and Junior Seau on the sideline. They're probably saying to each other, hey, what's going wrong here? We can't do anything.
Well, you can devise a game plan. Dave Adolph has figured out a game plan for the Patriots, but you have to modify it as the game goes on. I think that's where coaches really earn their reputations. What you do in the course of the game, not just the preparation.
The guys who can adjust are the ones who win and stay in this league for 10 years.
You got it.
Russell got him in the end zone, and he barely got out. Just barely.
To Leonard Russell.
That's one of those plays that takes a little time to develop.
It does, but this is also how important a big, powerful back is. He gets out of the end zone all by himself. He's hit a yard deep, and he just runs over Otis Smith to get out. Willie McGinnis just splits the double team, takes him in the end zone, but isn't strong enough to hold him in there. Defensively, New England's got to be careful of the big shot down the field here.
Freddie Bradley, number 35, checks into the lineup. Humphries to throw. Caught at the 42. No whistle. Jones made the catch. Holy cow, what a grab.
Yeah, but the thing is, he could have gone up and run for a touchdown. Again, the youngster thinking he was down. Oh, what a catch.
The official who was there did not blow his whistle and was just looking at Jones.
And
Jones was looking at him.
And he didn't blow the whistle as him being down. He allowed him to continue to run. If they overrule this and call it incomplete, it will be a very, very bad judgment.
Possessed the ball in the air, but the first thing that touched the ground was the ball. Therefore, by rule, it's an incomplete pass. Third down.
Well, let's take a look-see. He'll reach out and stretch for it. Remember, he's got to have possession. His feet aren't on the ground. They're saying the ball hit the ground. I think his hand was underneath it.
His hand was underneath.
And the problem I have with that, Michael, is that the official that was closest to it did not call it incomplete. That's a bad call by the
terrible
official.
call.
Watch his left hand. Watch his left hand go under the ball. See it? It's under the ball.
Plus his knee hit before his hand did. And the fans have every reason to boo. That was a tremendous effort by Jones. Now 3rd and 11, back in a hole.
But the one thing he didn't do is get up and keep on running.
Right.
That's a youngster.
Humphries to throw again. Had that one tipped at the line of scrimmage. Johnson intercepted. Was it a catch? They're saying it is, and it is. Intercepted by middle linebacker Ted Johnson. What a turnaround.
Well, Mike, let me tell you, let's go back to the play before. The reason why you throw the ball down the field when you're backed up is because you can get the ball in the air. Here, Stan's forced him to try and convert the third down. It comes lower. Parker gets pushed back into him, and he just gets the ball up. And you see Todd Collins come in from the right, number 59, and just flick it.
So the Patriots with a great break inside the San Diego 10, 1st and goal. Martin draw. Maybe a yard.
And on number 28, Curtis Martin.
Mike, you just get the feeling in this game that the offenses are going to be able to move the football. This is a case where San Diego's defense has got to step up and just allow New England to try a shot at 3. They can't give up the 7 down here.
You saw Ferret Collins. He got credit for the tipped ball, and Johnson got the interception. Bledsoe to Gash. Touchdown. Sam Gash split Clark and Harrison. And Sam Gash made his 31st catch of the year. He got quite a compliment from Bobby Ross this week. He says he's the most underrated player in the NFL.
Just comes out of the backfield. Drew sets up, good rhythm, nice pace, just makes a good easy throw, and the rest is done by Gash.
Reuben Davis is down for the San Diego Chargers, the big defensive lineman.
You talk about the difference in New England's offense from a year ago, and I think you can point not only to Terry Glenn and his ability to make plays, but to Sam Gash. He has given Drew Bledsoe a place to go underneath like Kevin Turner did back in '94 for him.
This will be another major impetus for instant replay. What a turnaround. The Chargers hit a big play on a catch that should have been. It's overruled. Instead, they go back to the goal line, have a pass tip, interception, New England touchdown. That's a big turnaround.
I mean, in some way, shape, or form, Mike, it should come back into the game. I know that I'm convinced that the coaches are for it, but they're not the ones that get to vote on it.
No, it's the owners.
I want you to keep an eye on Charlie Jones's left hand. Watch how it goes under the ball. See how it just got under the ball? Now there's an official right there that doesn't signal anything.
No, it's a catch as far as he's concerned, and he was the one who was 5 yards from it.
Right, and the closest one to it.
And Ed Hockley said the ruling was that the first thing that hit the ground was the ball. We saw his knee hit first, and his hand was under the ball. Regardless, it is 20-7 New England, as Drew Bledsoe has been on fire here in the first half.
ESPN Sunday Night NFL is brought to you by American Airlines. Something special in the air. By Gateway 2000, personalized computer ship factory direct. And by Beck's Beer, the #1 imported German beer.
We are in San Diego, where the Patriots have a 20-7 lead pending the extra point after their third touchdown. Reuben Davis took a long time down the field, able to walk off under his own power. Vinatieri knocks it through 21-7. Let's go to Mark Malone. Mark?
Thanks, Mike. Willie Clark, the San Diego Chargers cornerback in our Packard Bell spotlight tonight. It's been pick out a weak link in the secondary, and Clark has had the bullseye on his back. Starting for Darian Gordon, he's been the guy that New England has gone after. Glenn on motion, turns him inside and runs the out. Then on the next play, weaves in versus press coverage, gets inside, just too much foot speed for Clark. And then on the touchdown, Junior jams him, but that's Clark's man, Glenn. And the touchdown right there. Here are the numbers so far on Willie Clark. They have thrown at him 4 times tonight. They've completed 3 balls for 41 yards and a touchdown. Again, he started for Darian Gordon, and I believe that's why New England's not running the football, Mike. They wanted to come out and throw against this secondary that's suspect.
And a pretty good strategy it is, Mark. Clark roasted early. And Bobby Ross has Darian Gordon in there in the secondary now. Vinatieri to kick to Andre Coleman. From the 8. Coleman. A flag is down. Vinatieri to beat, and he did it easily. Coleman is going to go 92 yards, but there is a marker down. In fact, there are 2. And back it comes. And when those flags came down, he was already past that point. Those blocks were totally unnecessary.
Sometimes you don't know if it was a design play where he starts to the wedge and breaks out.
10-yard penalty. First down.
Calling Brian Roach, the backup tight end and H-back, for the penalty. And brings back a huge play.
Chuck Prefer, the special teams coach. Hair just got a little grayer.
And a clump fell out.
Brian Roach is the man they call it on. No, he's just hanging on and hanging on and hanging on.
And you saw Coleman fly by in the picture.
Well, you see what happens is just the initial grab. I think if he'd have let go, it would have been okay.
Freddie Bradley gets a carry and didn't quite make the 20-yard line. Only the 13th time this year he has handled the ball. Broke all of O.J. Simpson's rushing record at Moore Park Junior College. Can't be any worse feeling for a special teams guy than to make a mistake and see a 92-yard touchdown run called back.
An offensive lineman that's caught holding on a touchdown pass, same kind of situation. You know, you make a play to take some away from your team.
2nd and 9. Terrell Fletcher, number 41, is now in there. Humphries rifles one up to the 29-yard line, very close to a first down. And he hit Tony Martin. Ricky Reynolds made the stop. Let's see where they mark it.
The stop by number 21, Ricky Reynolds.
Come up just a little bit short. Going to wind up with third and about a half a yard.
Harry Swain comes in. He will be an eligible receiver on third and short.
I don't think you'll see the trickery out of the Chargers. They're just going to pound this in for the first down.
Russell. I don't know. Got virtually no movement along the line. And Pio Sangapulatelli comes out of the pile saying, we stopped it. And they'll measure again.
Mike, the line play is where you have to get leverage. Watch him. He's going to get lower than the offensive line. That's Mark Wheeler, number 97. See how he gets under angle? That's the big key in short yardage and goal line situations. It's a question of leverage. Wheeler had great leverage there. Now Russell really has nowhere to go, because now all of a sudden he's got a blue shirted wall in front of him.
That's as close as you can get without not making it.
If he had a credit card, he'd have slid that right down in there.
I think all these guys have credit cards. New life for San Diego. 11:31 and counting in the first half. Already 21-7. Russell. Knight through a couple of tacklers to pick up a yard. No more to the 30-yard line.
You know, even though San Diego is down 21-7, Mike, they moved the ball fairly well. They had one big play called, incomplete pass. The interception came off of a tip ball. I don't think Ralph Friedgen is disappointed with what's going on offense, and there's no reason to panic. Besides that, San Diego on offense is this kind of a football team. They have to pound it out to maintain control.
Humphries quickly to Martin. Stopped about a yard, maybe two shy of the first down. Tony Martin last year set a team record with 90 catches. And think of all the great receivers that have come through San Diego. That is his 3-year mark. Tony Martin said he was so disappointed in his own performance last year at the end of the season. He said he would never leave the field knowing he didn't give his best again, ever.
And what really has happened is Jerry Sullivan, the wide receiver coach, basically said is that if you take this season and divide it up into 16 pieces of pie, he only really showed up for 12 in the past. That's not the case, and it won't be the case anymore.
Third and short again. Fletcher, nowhere to go. And on third and short, if you dance, you lose.
Well, the other thing is Dwayne Saab, number 95, gets penetration. Once you get penetration by the defensive line, the corners have a chance to support. You got nowhere to go. It's going to be coming down here at the reverse angle. Saab gets upfield. Now, he gets blocked, but he spins out. Forces Fletcher back inside. That's just a great individual effort of meeting the block.
Darren Bennett, the former Australian rules football player, to kick to David Megan. Meggett with a late fair catch signal comes over inside the 20 and makes it after a punt of 48 yards. 21-7 Pats, second quarter. Bledsoe set a goal of 60% completions for the season. Here's how he's done. Games 1 through 7, a combined 54.7%. The team record was 4-3. Game 8, 71.1 and a win. Game 9, 73.2 and a win. Game 10, 70.6, another win. Game 11, a loss to Denver, only 53-7. Last week, 70% and a win. For the season, he's right at 60%. That's almost 6 points higher than his career average heading into the season. And when he completes 55% or better, the Patriots are 8-0. How's he doing tonight? better than all of them.
I think he's up around 81%, almost 82% throwing the ball. 9 for 11 with 3 TDs.
Martin. Room to run. Lou Bush corralled him around the 23. The Chargers defense has to do something on this series.
Mike, what I have seen here is I have seen the line of scrimmage controlled by the New England Patriots on both sides of the ball. San Diego has not done it. And Drew Bledsoe has had the opportunity to be able to throw because the offensive line is doing so well.
Second and 5. Chargers may have jumped offside again, and they whistle the play dead. Would have been a complete pass to Sean Jefferson, but Chris Mims appeared to be across the line of scrimmage early.
Before the ball was snapped, false start by the offense, number 87. 5-yard penalty, it remains second down.
But they will call Ben Coates for the movement instead.
Bill Parcells was a little reluctant to hire Chris Palmer, a quarterback coach, to work with Drew Bledsoe. He finally did, and I really think it's paid off. There's Chris Palmer right there. This is Ray Perkins right here. Between the two of you, wind up with a pair of glasses. But Chris Palmer has meant so much to Drew Bledsoe from a psychological standpoint as well as a mechanical standpoint.
Second and 10. Pressure on Bledsoe. The ball comes loose. Recovered by New England. Dave Wollabaugh, the center, pounced on it, but Chris Mims knocked it away. The first time they've had any meaningful pressure on Drew Bledsoe tonight.
And that was without a blitz, Mike. That was just the front four up front. Number 68, Max Slade, is blocking Mims on 84. Chris just goes around the outside and gets to Drew before he can get it off. Chris Mims is playing entirely inspired football this year. Got married this year. He said it settled him down. He's got a smile on his face all the time. And if he keeps doing that, Bobby Ross will have one too.
Third and 9. The crowd comes to its feet. Bledsoe to make it. Juggled it and couldn't hold it. Would have been shy of the first down anyway. And again, pressure on Bledsoe for the second time in a row. John Perella made his presence felt.
And when you get pressure on Drew Bledsoe, he's not going to be as accurate. He has to set his feet to be an accurate passer. That time he had to keep him moving to avoid the pressure. The ball wasn't exactly where he wanted it. Incomplete pass.
And for the first time, the San Diego Chargers defense has made a good stand. Darian Gordon, with those back spasms, waits inside his own 40. Tupa. Gordon lets it go, and it bounced out of bounds near the 30. 49-yard punt, no return. Chargers down by 14. They'll have the ball when we come back. San Diego Harbor in this gorgeous city, about 2 hours after sundown. Beehive of activity during the day, and now the activity taking place at the Murph. The best starting position the Chargers have had tonight from their own 32. Freddie Bradley. Got a block on the outside. May have also gotten a hold by Martin. And they'll march off 10 against the Chargers.
Holding by the offense. It remains first down.
The call goes against Deems May, the tight end, who is in there in the starting spot because Alfred Pafunu, who was playing so very well, was injured. Broken bone in his leg. So it's 1st and 20 for San Diego. Leonard Russell is back in as the running back. Humphries in trouble. Throws the screen to Russell. Blockers in front. Leonard Russell to his own 48-yard line, and big Greg Engel, the center, was out in front throwing the big block on the screen. First and 20, they gain 25.
And Stan Humphries does a real nice job of drawing the defensive line to him. See how he's got all 4 of the defensive linemen there? And Engels, he does such a smart thing. A lot of offensive linemen turn around and they want to block behind the runner. He just said, hey, Leonard, follow me. I'm on my way.
And Engel is in there for the great center, Courtney Hall, who had to go on IR with knee and shoulder problem. They thought it would be a weak link, but he's played very well. Big first down for the Chargers. Fletcher slipped, still got to the 50, gain of about 2. It is a playoff atmosphere here in San Diego. Remember that short-lived show called The Hat Squad?
This is it right here.
These guys could have been on it.
They all retired here to San Diego. You've got the weave, you've got lightning bolts. I mean, you've got people who missed the plane to Hawaii.
Macho Camacho's here tonight.
I know. And he got his son dressed like
That's
that.
right.
That's what's scary.
Yeah.
That
Second and 8. Humphries changing the play. Rifles it over the middle and dropped right in the hands of Andre Coleman. What a throw by Humphries.
Yeah, but I'll tell you something. Lawyer Malloy was lurking in the area. You're going to see when Coleman goes up, his head is going to be focused on Malloy, not the ball. There's number 36 right down there. When this ball comes firing out, that's who he's looking at. Here comes the ball. Now look at the head. See it? Just a heck, just for a second. Caught a glimpse of Lawyer lurking.
Well, there's that old saying, you're going to get waxed anyway. You might as well catch it.
Art Monk used to adhere to that theory all the time.
3rd and 8.
What do you got? I'm over here.
They stack the wide receivers on the near side. Humphrey goes the other way. That's tipped up in the air and goes out of bounds harmlessly. He was trying to throw for Brian Still. And now the Chargers will have to punt it away with 5:30 to go in the half.
New England's front 4 have done a good job of reading Stan Humphries' drops. If he sets short, they go up in the air. In that case, it was Mike Jones, number 96. He just says, if Stan stops, I'm going to stop and I'm going to jump. And they've managed to knock a couple of down.
Meggett retreats inside his 10 for Darren Bennett's punt. A high floater. Meggett with a lot of room lets it go, and it takes the bounce into the end zone. A 50-yard punt, but a net of only 30. Pat's ball when we come back.
Spotlight, the league's premier linebacker hasn't made much of a dent tonight in the run or the pass. Bill Parcells said he didn't want a running back blocking him in the blitz. He jumps off sides, but look at 2 big bodies on him. He doesn't get close to Bledsoe. Later, another blitz. They hand him off. He gets to the quarterback way too late. When they run the football, the book is run at him. Rucci just pulls him out of the way. The big gain for Curtis Martin. Here's the numbers so far. They have run at Junior Seau 8 times for 38 yards. That's almost 5 yards a carry. 5.5 tackles, 3 blitzes. He hasn't got close to the quarterback. No pressures, no sacks. Mike?
All right, thanks, Mark. I think these spotlights are a great opportunity to see things you otherwise would not see. Glenn with a catch up to the 35-yard line. Gordon made the tackle. So even though Gordon is in there for Clark, they're not going to hesitate to go back to their premier guy.
Right at the end there, you saw the burst that Terry Glenn has. He turns, once he catches the ball, he turns and gets upfield, tries to square up on the defensive back and make plays.
4.29 speed, that'll give you a burst.
Wouldn't know, Mike.
Martin wrapped up by Sean Lee. Reuben Davis also in the area. Davis back in there after suffering a burner. Coming up at halftime, Chris Berman with the fastest 3 minutes in television, all the highlights. AFC East, some overtime action, and the Skins game.
I'll tell you, I can't wait till next golf season because of Tiger Woods. I can't wait. I wish these 4 months would just disappear and he could tee off tomorrow.
He depresses me. I have to hit 2 shots for his 1. Comes the blitz. They dump it to Coates, and Rodney Harrison waxed it. Harrison at 201, Coates at 245, and it looked like a mismatch.
Yeah, but the reason was Ben didn't have his feet on the ground. Rodney caught Ben with his feet up in the air. Drew does a good job of getting it off. Now, Ben goes up. Rodney doesn't give him a chance but to get a toe on the ground, and then just leveled him.
Last year, he had 5 interceptions as a free safety, 4 this year as a strong safety. Meggett comes in on 3rd and 8. Comes the blitz. Bledsoe in trouble. Flag down. So is Bledsoe. John Perella, who came over from Buffalo, is one of those blue-collar guys whose motor just never stops, and he has made an impact.
Well, the big thing here, Mike, is they did a good job on the corners and on the tight end, not allowing him to get free releases. Drew had to hold the ball a little bit more.
By the offense, number 22. The penalty is declined, brings up 4th down.
Well, you get a mismatch. Junior Seau against who? Dave Meggett. Dave can't even tackle him. He does actually get him down. That's what the holding penalty was all about.
And that's something that they keep track of, too. That's as good as the sack if you force somebody to hold it.
Absolutely.
So this has turned into a defensive battle after the offense has exploded early. Gordon waits at his 25. Tupou with a beautiful punt. All the way back to the 10. Gordon with great speed. Didn't quite make the corner, brought down at the 22. 10-yard return tackle by Terry Ray. It's an ESPN NFL special Thursday at 7:30. Chris Berman and Tom Jackson bring you up to date with the NFL tonight. And at 8, we'll be in Indianapolis for Ricky Watters and the Eagles as they battle the resurgent Colts.
Ray Rhodes got that Eagles ship righted again today in fine fashion.
Joe, you talked earlier about coaches adjusting. We have already seen it. The offenses couldn't be stopped early. Now the defense is doing a great job.
Credit Al Groh and Dave Adolph.
Humphries, little naked bootleg. And Mitchell can't hold it. Shannon Mitchell had to go off his fingertips. He's only caught 8 balls this year.
I'll tell you how the difference in a week is, Mike. Last week for San Diego against Kansas City, every one of those for Stan Humphries was caught, either by Mitchell or Mays. Tonight, he can't buy one.
And it's not that Shannon Mitchell can't catch the ball. At Georgia, he was number 4 all-time in receptions. 2nd and 10, 2:47 left in the half. Comes the blitz. Humphries incomplete. Jones got a hand on it, couldn't hold it. Lawyer Malloy was there with him.
Charlie Jones did something that a young receiver does. He doesn't have to jump for this. If he keeps running, he's got a shot at it. He keeps going up the field. The ball's going to be thrown to him. He just sort of jumps and tries to make a play and get acrobatic and cute. If he just keeps on running, he can make a better play on the ball. Seen him do 2 things tonight. Stop after what wasn't a catch, could have been, and that.
Humphries trying on 3rd down, under pressure, hit, lost the ball. Willie McGinnis, touchdown, Patriots. Chris Slade knocked it loose. And now it's defense dominating.
Exactly. Stan Humphries, instead of trying to do something smart, tried to do something cute and got caught. Tried to make a play. Watch number 53, Slade, come around the corner. Now, he gets blocked initially, but this is relentless pursuit. Stan Humphries trying to make a play. Slade strips him. And Willie McGinnis. These guys were supposed to be the bookends for the New England Patriots. This one paid off.
Slade has not been playing full-time. Bill Parcells' explanation is they wanted to keep him fresh to use him more as a pass rusher. That is his 3rd forced fumble of the year. And this one gives McGinnis a touchdown. And the extra point gives New England a 21-point lead.
New England is going to start to force San Diego to do something they don't want. Spread the field out and throw the football.
How much of a boost was getting to see Buffalo knocked off on television earlier in the day for this club.
I don't think it matters for Bill Parcells and his ball club, Mike, to be honest with you. They know that if they don't win tonight, whatever happened to Buffalo at Indianapolis, that means absolutely nothing. They have to come out and take care of their own business. They know this thing's going down to week 16, or, game 16. It's going to be that way. And for Bobby Ross's club, they've got to come up with a big effort now to get something out of it.
Turnovers always do it. 2 takeaways for the Patriots. They have 2 touchdowns off those mistakes. And if you don't think turnovers tell almost the entire story, look at this. If you don't turn the ball over, you win 78% of the time. 1 turnover, 62-9. 2 turnovers, now you're on the downside. If you have 3 turnovers, you only win 1 out of 4 games.
Exactly, and that doesn't change through the course of the year.
No.
That's the thing that's amazing.
The Chargers have dug themselves an enormous hole here, down 21. Line drive kick, Coleman on the run at the 12. Cuts it outside, and Vinatieri forces him out of bounds at the 38. 2 huge plays here in the first half that have turned the momentum of this ball game. The first one was the catch by Charlie Jones that was ruled incomplete. And because of that, the Chargers had to go back to their own 1-yard line and then threw an interception. And here is a hold on the kickoff that was a 92-yard touchdown return that was called back.
And then you take and couple that with great play by the defense of the New England Patriots, causing an interception deep down in, and also causing the fumble now for the touchdown. Right. You have 4 major plays that are responsible for 28 points in this game.
Dwayne Gordon, the injured Charger, reserve linebacker, limping off the field. Chargers with plenty of time here, 2:22 to go in the half. They really need to make something happen offensively. Jimmy Seau and the defense have stepped it up a little bit in the last period. Humphries leads them out. Blitz. Humphries throws out and completes it to Jones, first down.
Mike, I want to tell you something about Stan Humphries. I've known him for a long time. Now this game's become personal to him now. I mean, yeah, you want to win. Yeah, you want to help your football team. But when you contribute like he did to somebody else scoring a touchdown, this is now on his shoulders. He feels like this is personal.
Stan Humphries has the 3rd best record of any starting quarterback who is active, and the best starting record of any quarterback who is still a starter in the NFL. And Deans May dropped that one. Well, Stan can't throw him and catch him at the same time.
You know, Shannon Mitchell drops one before that causes him to scramble around on a 3rd down and long. Now you wind up with 2nd and 10 because Deans May drops one. Usually what happens the play before affects the one after it tremendously.
Another blitz. Humphries unloads. That one almost intercepted, and maybe, or didn't hit the ground. Lawyer Malloy was there. It is New England football, I believe. Still no indication from the official which way it's going. He pointed to the ground, and that's all. Did that mean it hit the ground, or he was down after he caught it?
Well, here goes our discussion again. You see what I mean? That interception comes after a drop pass.
Exactly.
The fumble comes after a drop pass.
Now, who saw it and who didn't?
The pass was intercepted, and then the player was down by contact before the ball came loose. First down.
The Patriots with another turnover, and at the 2-minute warning, they get the football back on a Lawyer Malloy interception. San Diego, the 3rd of 3 AFC wildcard teams. You see, if they win, they go up with right behind Kansas City. If they lose, they drop back into a 3-way tie with Houston and Indianapolis. The Patriots, the game is even bigger. Because they have the division tiebreaker on Buffalo, with the Bills losing today, they would lead the AFC East if they can hang on to what they have now, which is a 28-7 lead. And a chance for more points. Martin on the draw. Hitting the backfield, still gets a couple out of it.
This is a good job by Lawyer Malloy. We saw the drop pass before. Now all of a sudden, the Patriots come with the blitz that makes Stan Humphries get it off quick. And Lawyer, he does get underneath it, and you'll see he manages to catch it with his knees. That's a good call by the official. That one was well done. Even after the conference, I agree with it.
2nd and 9. Glenn, leaping catch, then dropped it. Darian Gordon was out there. Much better coverage by Darian Gordon than Willie Clark was giving earlier.
Mike, in my opinion, this is the crucial down in the game for the San Diego Chargers. If they can stop them here, make New England punt, they will get the ball back with a chance to put some points on the board. If they now allow New England to convert, I think they'll be in a position to add some points and put this game further out of reach for the Chargers.
And San Diego does have all of its timeouts left. Meggett in the ball game for the Patriots. Sayoc comes on the blitz, doesn't get there again. The pass complete to Jefferson. Sean Jefferson down to the 30-yard line. First down, New England gain of 23. He turned somebody around.
Again, you got to go back to the pass protection. Drew Bledsoe is being able to stand solid in a pocket and make a play. Sean Jefferson, you got to respect his speed. Watch to the left. He's 5 yards wide open. Shaw's running down the field trying to keep up with him, and then he does a smart thing. Gets out of bounds. Understands where he is in the game.
The longtime Charger who left with a reputation of dropping a lot of balls, but he has done much better in New England. Fake end around. Caught at the sideline by Martin. And now out of bounds is the rule, no catch.
What a throw by Bledsoe.
What a throw. Another one-handed catch.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like Terry Glenn and Curtis Martin are seeing who can have a better one-handed catch. Watch his left hand. Gordon's got his, that's one-handed. There's the one step, the other one lands out of bounds. Oh, look at this. Boy, is he good. He's not only an explosive, tough runner, he's an excellent receiver.
The Patriots with a chance to pile it on, already leading 28-7. Bledsoe with a quick toss. Glenn can't handle it. That was tipped by Chris Mims, who really got a hand up in a hurry. See, Bill Parcells said we'll need a little more arc on that one.
Get it up just a little bit. Call timeout. I want to talk to you. Come here. Come here. Get over here. You can hear Bill. Come here.
You never liked that sign from the sideline, did you? Timeout, get over here.
I never liked the come over here part of it. I could handle the timeout, but when you can always tell when Joe used to, and Joe never was very vocal. And Bill's a little bit more vocal on the sideline. Joe would always be thinking and talking, and you know, Joe Bugle was the one who was always yelling at me. I'm thinking, what are you yelling at me for? I got to find out the play here. But it was that timeout that used to get you.
Coming up at halftime, Chris Berman will be there with all the highlights, the fastest 3 minutes in television, AFC East overtime, those battling Colts. And we'll take a look at the Skins game. Tom Watson must have felt like he was driving with a 5-iron for 2 days. But Tom did just fine. Represented the older generation very, very well. 3rd and 10 here. Bledsoe under pressure. Coleman had him and he threw it away.
Now the question is, was Drew Bledsoe out of the pocket?
No.
Well, if he wasn't out of the pocket, Mike, it should have been intentional grounding. Remember, the pocket runs all the way back outside the pocket runs all the way back here. I mean, out all the way. If he doesn't get outside here, it should be intentional grounding. Here comes the pressure. Here comes the pressure.
He's out.
Yep, just does get out. Good call. The ball has to get to or about the line of scrimmage.
Vinatieri will try a 47-yard field goal. His long one this year is 50. He's got the distance and the direction. Adam Vinatieri knocks it through, so that big third down play for New England results in another 3 points, and they lead at 31-7. I think Bobby Ross looks a little bit shell-shocked right now.
Well, you know, I mean, it's been the big mistakes that have hurt them. Their football team has moved the ball offensively. They've had some opportunities to make plays. They haven't been on the field long enough because they've hurt themselves. And now they're basically going to come out of what they like to do, and that's have everything come off the run and the play-action fake.
You mentioned mistakes, and that is what has killed the San Diego Chargers. Tip ball at the goal line, the interception by Johnson. Here's the fumble caused by Slade, recovered by McGinnis in the end zone for an easy 7 points. And then Lawyer Malloy with the interception. 3 turnovers, 17 points for the New England Patriots. They have been extremely opportunistic. Coleman deep to receive Vinatieri's kick from the 11. Runs into the pile, gets near the 30 with 47 seconds to go in the half. Late penalty marker comes down. The indication against San Diego. Well, it's been that kind of night for the Chargers. Oh, and a personal foul.
That is a look of disbelief. And I imagine a bit of disgust as well.
Personal foul by the receiving team. Hit piling on. 15-yard penalty, first down.
Vernon Edwards.
Watch number 95 in the middle. All right, basically everybody's down. When you come in that late and hit.
What is Vernon Edwards thinking?
Whatever it was, he's going to have to explain it to Bobby Ross.
I don't think he's got an explanation for that one. So instead of being at the 30, they're back to the 15. Terrell Fletcher is in there as the single running back. Here comes the blitz against Humphries. Unloads over the middle, almost intercepted again. Malloy had his hands on it, intended for Coleman.
I'll tell you something, that's a heck of a call by Al Grove. Normally at the end of a half, defensive coaches like to lay back and play what I call a prevent defense, which is basically prevent you from winning. But here, he's bringing corners. Watch the left side. Here come the safeties. Off the left side, there it is, forcing Stan to throw the ball earlier than he wants. They wind up with the incompletion.
And Lawyer Malloy, the rookie, read it all the way. Bill Parcells says he has a chance to be one of the best. Humphries in trouble. Stan on the run, too low for Fletcher, incomplete. And the scattering of boos throughout Jack Murphy Stadium.
Well, you may not like what's happening on San Diego's offense, but you're not going to see a change in quarterback, trust me.
Oh, no.
Because, you know, Stan's taking this ship all the way to the harbor if he has to. That's a good job by Bill Belichick's defensive backfield, too. He's taken over and done a terrific job coaching those guys.
And this is a defense that is still ranked 28th in the NFL. They're not playing like it tonight. Humphries throws a strike to the sideline. It may be short of a first down. Coleman made the catch, but he is going to be short of the marker.
If you're Bobby Ross, in my opinion, you have to try and go for it. I mean, if you don't go for it, that means you're just going to punt it and let the half run out.
But if you go for it, there's only 32 seconds to go in a half. You might not get anything out of it anyhow.
Mike, you're down 31-7.
I know, but you don't want to be down 38-7.
I agree with that, and I don't disagree with what he's doing by punting here. Just a thought. Food for thought. We're coming around halftime.
I'm sure a point well made. Bennett to kick to Meggett. Returnable kick if Meggett can get there. Will take it on the hop near the 30. And got 5 yards out of it after a 48-yard punt. ABC's Monday Night Football comes your way tomorrow night, 9 o'clock Eastern. Jerry Rice and the 49ers are taking on the Atlanta Falcons. Join us on ABC for the 49ers and the Falcons tomorrow night. San Diego, California on a cool, is it still November?
No, it's December.
December 1. All right. Merry
D1.
Christmas.
Yeah, same to you.
Yes.
12-1. It's 96 by the way, too.
Look, a little nippy out here tonight, and the Chargers are the ones that are feeling the heat because they're down 31-7. And they leave the field under a chorus of boos from the home folks. That's the end of the first half. The score, New England 31, San Diego 7. Now let's join Chris Berman for the accurate halftime report.
All right, Michael, thank you. What a first-half performance by the New England Patriots. Well, the calendar has turned to December, and that means our focus in the NFL turns a little bit to the postseason. And we were reminded today how important that home berths are in the playoffs because the home team, tonight, of course, notwithstanding, in games played in the afternoon, the home team was 9-2. And no team has a better home field advantage than the Green Bay Packers playing on what is now the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field. The oldest robber in the NFL, the Bears and Packers 153rd meeting. It was a tough defensive struggle. Dave Craig trickery, fakes the sneak, throws to Bobby Ingram. The Bears led late in the first half, 7-0. Got the Packers lead at 14-10 in the fourth. Dorsey Levin's a touchdown. You saw Desmond Howard's punt return. Pack win 28-17. The Broncos, John Elway to Shannon Sharp, touchdown against the Seahawks. The Broncos at Mile High Stadium, speaking of home field advantage, touchdown John Elway 14-7. Last minute of the first half, Elway to Ed McCaffrey. What a year he's had. Denver clinches home field in the AFC playoffs, crushing Seattle 34-7. Bill Cowher. Some former Steelers came back to haunt him as members of the Baltimore Ravens. Bam Morris, nothing doing on the inside. Outside for 13 tough yards. He had 100 yards. Vinny Testaverde to the former Pro Bowl tight end for the Steelers, Eric Green. Think he's fired up? Ravens beat the Steelers 31-17 in a surprise. Dolphins at the Raiders. Dan Marino picked up only 4 times all year. 3 times by the Raiders. That was Terry McDaniel. That was Mike Morton. This is Albert Lewis. Meanwhile, Jeff Hostetler to Tim Brown. Makes the move on Terrell Buckley. He's gone. The Raiders beat the Dolphins 17-7. Buccaneers have been hot, but nobody plays better D than the Panthers. Toys in the attic, Cook with the blitz. Sean is king for a day. Touchdown, 10-0, Carolina over Tampa Bay. Trent Dilfer hit Sean King there for the INT. The whitewash, first in Panther history, 24-0, Carolina. Giants and Eagles, Dave Brown and Banner Brown fumble. Tyrone Wheatley, fumble. Ray Farmer all over the linebacker, the rookie for the Eagles. Dave Brown through the hands of Kevin Alexander. Vincent gets it. Detmer, Irving Fryer, another 24-0 whitewash. Eagles over the Giants. Rams at the Saints. Klaus Diemsmeyer punts. Blocked by Robert Jones. The Rams go to work. Watch the youngster Tony Banks sprint and fire to the Reverend Isaac Bruce. Rams win their first road game of the year. They beat the Saints 26-10. Bengals and Jaguars in the rain. Clyde Simmons, he does this so well, blocks. Doug Batson the Pelfrey's field goal. Mickey Washington, good, go, oh, no, wait. 63 yards, the Jags lead at 7-0. Then, late, they trail 20-19. Mark Brunell, how tough is he? Belted, but fires to Keenan McCardle. The Jags beat the Bengals 30-27. Oilers at the Jets. How bad is it for the Jets? Neil O'Donnell was going to come back hurt in pregame warm-ups. Frank Reich plays. Problem was they couldn't replace the rest of the team. Steve McNair, Chris Sanders, 83-yard touchdown. The Oilers roll the Jets 35-10. Cardinals at the light. Third quarter, Brad Johnson, 4 touchdown passes, 40 yards to Jake Reed. Fourth quarter, more Johnson. All he does is catch touchdowns. Chris Carter. Vikings in a romp over Boomer and the Cards, 41-17.
This
Violence, along with its corporate partners, is currently developing effective domestic violence prevention models, supporting efforts by local groups who aid victims and abusers, and backing research initiatives in the area of domestic violence. NFL Charities was established so that NFL clubs could collectively make grants to worthy national causes. Since its inception, NFL Charities has made grand commitments of more than $21 million. New England will kick it off to start the second half, one in which the San Diego Chargers are going to have to make up a 24-point deficit if they are going to hold their edge in the wild card race for that third spot. Andre Coleman waits inside his 5 for the kick of Adam Vinatieri. and a tremendous first half for the New England Patriots. Vinatieri gets a lot of this one, and Coleman driven 4 yards deep. He'll keep it there. First half statistics, 161 to 98 in the passing yards. Look at the Chargers, only 31 on the ground, as they were taken out of that mode pretty quickly. And time of possession in the advantage of New England. Points off of turnovers, that's always the big one. 17 to nothing on 3 takeaways. Derek Coleman's got credit for the tip on one that resulted in the interception. Russell will get about 4. Ted Johnson, the middle linebacker, with the stop.
Mike, what San Diego has to do is come back out and try and establish some kind of pace on offense. And I think that's a good start. You get the ball to Leonard Russell. You don't abandon what you wanted to do. Ralph Friedgen has got to keep this thing in a rhythm. Go down and score. Now you put the onus on your defense to get at least 1 turnover for you so that you get a chance at some more.
Play action by Humphries. McGinnis in his face, and it's intercepted. Stan Humphries with a bad throw, and it's picked off by Otis Smith. And the turnover woes continue for the San Diego Chargers.
Man, it's like he never saw Otis Smith. This is a play action fake. They run the play action fake. Willie McGinnis doesn't buy it, holds his ground, comes out. Stan Humphries just sets and throws, and Otis Smith just turns with him. He goes under Tony Martin. It's a bad decision and a bad throw.
This has got to remind Stan Humphries of the Tampa Bay game when he did not play very well at all. Then he came back last week against Kansas City and looked like he should have been in the Hall of Fame.
And the problem with that was, Mike, it was also at home here, the Tampa Bay game.
So New England with another great break forced by its defense. Curtis Martin slipped as he tried to make his cut, got to the 25-yard line. Kevin Ross made the tackle, and all Stan can do is shake his head. If you haven't seen a lot of Stan Humphries, don't rate him on tonight's performance. Only 9 out of 22, 120 yards, and 3 picks. This guy, in my mind, is still one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL.
He is, but 2 of the last 3 weeks, he just hasn't. He's played so subpar at home to create problems when the fans start booing.
New England with a chance to put it away here. Bledsoe pumps and goes to Martin. Curtis Martin shaking tackles, gets to the 11.
Drew Bledsoe again having all the time in the world to move around in the pocket. Mike, the guys up front, Bruce Armstrong, William Roberts, Dave Walbaugh, Max Lane, Todd Rucci, they've done a terrific job. That front 5 of the Patriots have really made life easy for Drew Bledsoe.
He's now thrown 23 touchdown passes on the season, only 9 interceptions, having a banner year. Another first down for the Patriots. Bledsoe wants to change the play. Quick throw, Jefferson. Jefferson dives, touchdown!
You know, that's almost a smile if it's too easy. I got to be honest, sometimes as a quarterback, you get up, you see the corners off, and you think, this can't be. This is too easy. He drops back, audibles to a hitch. It's coming right down in your living room. Sean Jefferson, 3-step drop, fires it away, perfectly thrown ball, and now it's just all effort by the receiver.
Boy, and Darian Gordon was way off of him. Gordon comes back into the game after Clark was toasted early. 4 touchdown passes to 4 different receivers. The point after is good, and it's looking ugly in San Diego. Drew Bledsoe, nearly perfect tonight, his 4th touchdown pass of the game, and we're early 3rd quarter.
The end Sunday Night NFL is brought to you by the Visa Check Card. It works just like a check, only better. By Honda, vehicles designed to help simplify your life. And by Levi's wide leg jeans. It's wide open.
Championship teams take advantage of opportunities, and the New England Patriots doing just that. Still returning the kickoff, got to the 18-yard line. San Diego will have to start from there. Bobby Ross may almost feel that he doesn't want the Chargers to get the football back. The last 4 times they've had it, fumble, interception, punt, and fumble.
I mean, they haven't even held it a minute. I mean, you're not even giving your offense, or your defense a chance to get rested. I mean, not only are they giving up short fields, but they're not even getting off the field.
Delay to Russell. McGinnis wraps him up. Gain of maybe a yard. And now the crowd is really booing, but if you want to send Stan Humphries back to throw every time, you may lose your starting quarterback.
Yeah, and if you want to send him, remember, he's also got a bad shoulder, and if you want to send him to the hospital, you just drop him back every time and let the Patriots go take shots at him. I think now what you try and do is gain back some kind of confidence on offense and get something going that you can find something positive to talk about.
Fletcher is in on 2nd and 9. Humphries to Martin, splits the seam and gets it out to the 33-yard line. Ted Johnson, the middle linebacker, was there. When you look at New England, it's a team that started poorly and has really come on strong, and now they see the chance to tie for first in the AFC East and actually take first place because they have a wild card tiebreaker. And they're taking advantage of the opportunity, which is exactly what Bill Parcells wanted to see tonight. Humphries sacked. Caught around the ankles by Mark Wheeler, the former Tampa Bay Buccaneer, who's always had a good inside pass rush.
You know what he does, Mike? He plays so low. I think that's the thing about him. He has the ability to play so low. He gets down. That's Harry Swain he's up against. That's McGinnis coming there. Now you see, here comes Wheeler on the inside. Makes the play.
You're going to get Mark a new picture. Humphries back to throw. Throws the out for the first down. Got it out to Jones, who made the catch in front of Ty Law. What a compliment to him that people around San Diego are saying, you know, he reminds me a lot of Charlie Joyner. What a nice way to start.
Well, they were both 4th-round picks. They were both somewhat diminutive in their size. And, you know, he's got those great moves. I think he'd be a great inside receiver as well as an outside receiver, but he's just going to get better and better.
3rd and 6. Flag is down. Patriots may have jumped. The pass to Fletcher. He is flattened as soon as he got it by Otis Smith.
Mike, right from the beginning of this football game, on the first 3rd down pass that San Diego threw, Otis Smith was there to knock it down. He has been all over a receiver, whether it's a back or a wide receiver.
Offsides by the defense, number 55. It's a 5-yard penalty. Repeat 3rd down.
Willie McGinnis. It's one of the few mistakes this Patriot defense has made tonight. They have been superb.
Al Groh's group, you know, I wouldn't really call them the strength of this football team. You look at the weapons on offense, you say, hey, look, that's where the strength lies, but they're playing really well now.
And if they can play anywhere near this level, this team's got a chance. 3rd and a yard. Here comes the blitz. Humphries unloads. Fletcher. First down, midfield and more to the New England 45-yard line. Jerome Henderson chased him out of bounds.
3rd and short. The Patriots say, hey, look, we're not sitting back. We're coming after you. Here come the corners. Terry Ray, number 23, trying to come. Fletcher's out in the flat by himself.
I'll guarantee you one thing. The Chargers may not do much in the second half, but they won't quit. Nobody under Bobby Ross quits. And he loves the character of the football players he has on his team. Humphries ducks under pressure, ducks under again, and then is sacked at the 50.
Now, Willie McGinnis isn't going to get credit for that sack, but he should. He should get they should make it like a quarter now. You know, like Wheeler gets 3/4, Willie gets 1/4. This time he goes inside of Dean's maze and then powers him around, forces Stan to step up, and there comes the help from the guys inside.
Wheeler and Sangapulatelli are right there. Another long yardage situation for Humphries, 2nd and 16. They blitz, he throws to Still, who can't hold it. Ty Law was right there.
Isn't it amazing how guys in the beginning of a game really can't play? Darian Gordon was a little hurt. Ty Law didn't play. Now all of a sudden, Ty Law makes a play. Darian Gordon's returning punts. It's a good throw. Still has to try and make the... He should catch it. Got to catch that clean. Defensive back is way too close to juggle it.
Still a 2nd-round choice out of Virginia Tech has really been slow coming around. He's only caught 4 balls the entire year. Humphries buying a lot of time in the pocket, throws. That one's nearly picked off. Lawyer Malloy got a hand on it, intended for Still at the sideline.
One good thing about that series for the San Diego Chargers, Mike, it did not end in something dramatic and drastic, an interception or a fumble.
Bennett to kick to Meggett.
I know I'm looking for little positive things, but
well, no, you're right. Low snap. Bennett comes up with it and kicks it near the roof of the stadium. Takes it sideways, bounce inside the 25-yard line. Only a 26-yard punt. 9:18 to go in the 3rd. Big New England. Veterans to sucker rookies into think they're getting free turkeys. Here's the San Diego version.
Give us a little gobble, gobble, gobble. for the holiday. For the holiday? Yeah. Gobble, gobble, gobble. All right, that's terrific. Come on, man. A little gobble. Some gobble, gobble, gobble. Gobble, gobble, gobble. All right, fantastic. Yeah. Salisbury set this up? Yeah, Salisbury set this up. You know what? He burned you. Did he? That's tough being a rookie, boy.
What's bad, some guys, they get 2 years in a row.
Wilhelm was there the 2nd time. Charlie Jones, Brian Still.
And it works every year. Go to the ground with Curtis Martin. He'll pick up a couple.
Wheelahan gets caught for the 2nd time. There he is. I saw him on the field before the game. He says, "You're not going to show that, are you?" I said, "I have no control over things like this. If I had it my way, of course I wouldn't." He said, "Oh, no, you're not going to do that."
Wonder what'll happen next year.
I'll bet you he doesn't get caught.
2nd and 10 for New England. Bledsoe, Clem couldn't hold this one. Gordon made sure he didn't.
This is a big thing for Bill Parcells' ball club now, Mike. You know, you got to develop a killer instinct. You know, you get somebody down. You can't be bobbling passes. You still want to make first downs. You're still going to score points. This is what you try and do in this league. I'm not the kind of guy who, if I get down on somebody's 1-yard line, I'm going to kneel down. I just think you keep piling on. You keep burying it. We both put our pants on. You want to beat me up? Fine, but I'm coming after you.
Well, they just about whipped their pants off by this point. 4-man rush. And I think it was intended for Coates. He never turned around, and it went by Rodney Harrison.
San Diego's defense does their job. Should get the offense the ball in pretty good field position.
Darian Gordon, deep for the country.
Darian Gordon will go back to take the punt from Tupou, who has punted beautifully tonight. Came in 6th in the AFC, averaging 44.8. That would be a career high and a club record if he can maintain it. And he's increased it tonight. A little lower this time and returnable. Gordon racked up at the 30-yard line. Great play by Corwin Brown down on special teams. Got help from Mariel Greer. Courtesy of the Goodyear Blimp Eagle, based in Carson, California. Tonight's pilot, Charles Russell. He is from Downey, California. Terrell Fletcher, the single back for Stan Humphries. And movement up front, flying across, was Pio Sangapulatelli. Said somebody move, let's get 5 yards.
Isaac Davis even caught the flag when they threw it.
Encroachment by the defense, number 75. 5-yard penalty. It remains first down.
I don't think Pio saw it that way, but that's the way it's going to be called.
Well, you can bet that the front four of the Patriots are in the starting blocks now coming after Stan Humphries.
And he's without one of his weapons. Andre Coleman with a bruised left thigh. His return is questionable. Humphries with a short set, throws over the middle. Martin with the catch out near the 46-yard line. Ty Law doing a little equipment repair on the knee brace.
Yeah, they have done a great job, Mike.
Fletcher out of the backfield will get 5 or 6.
They have done a great job with the aids so that guys can get back out. Knee braces, shoulder, in case it's separated or dislocated like Stan Humphries has. They just have these harnesses you can wear and still go out and do your job.
And then if surgery is required, you see guys coming back in 2 weeks after the arthroscopic stuff.
Gary Plummer with the 49ers.
A week.
10, yeah, week to 10 days.
2nd and 4. Draw play to Fletcher. Gets about 1. Nice play by Teddy Bruschi, who makes the stop.
No, there they are. That's the inside of a case on the sidelines. They have look at that. Look at this right here. They even have Pepto-Bismol for the guys that they needed out here. They got a little bit of everything.
Tell you, trot some over to Bobby Ross. I think he's past the need for Pepto-Bismol.
Yeah, but all that is on the sidelines. You got Maalox, Pepto-Bismol, got a little Tums down there. You need that. I can't read half of this stuff.
When you played, they had a bucket of water over there.
Was it?
First down Chargers. Humphries trying to get something going and throws behind Jones. He was well covered by Otis Smith, who's had a fine game. You really expect a quarterback to play much better at home instead of on the road. But look at this.
I know.
77-4 at home. He is first in away games. And over 100.
That was coming into tonight, and it's going to change dramatically the wrong way.
Humphries goes down, and it's Bruschi, the former Arizona star who tied an NCAA record with 52 sacks. Comes in and gets 1 here.
This is the game. The way this game is going right now plays right into Teddy Bruschi's way to play defense. You saw him make a tackle on Fletcher the play before that. Now he can just put his ears back and come after Stan Humphries.
Bruschi said he never had to cover anybody in college, so this is a learning experience for him. Humphries still nice catch. He is drilled by Lawyer Malloy, but hung on. That's only his 5th catch of the year.
And when you talk to the Chargers about Brian Still, that's the stuff that he has to learn to do. He is going to have to learn to make plays when he gets the opportunity. This time he does. Now remember, even though he didn't have both feet in bounds, if he would have come down without getting knocked out of bounds by the defensive back, they would have felt that he would have had possession, and it's been a good catch, so that's why they gave it to him.
Boy, is Lawyer Malloy going to be a great player or what? Blitz on Humphries again, throws for the end zone. Martin can't hold it. Knocked away by Otis Smith, who got a hand on his jersey and pulled him down.
Lawyer Malloy, number 36, coming right up the middle at Stan Humphries. You know, he does a good job. He picks the spot to come in and try and get to Stan, and then Tony Martin trying to make a circus catch, can't quite call it in.
Bill Parcells, who is not overly praiseworthy of any of the ball club, said this kid is very aggressive, fearless, and smart. Everything you'd want. Martin couldn't get to the spot where Humphries was throwing.
That's because Slade was standing there.
Yes, he was. Well, sometimes when it goes wrong, you just have to write it off to a bad night. It's not going to get any better.
I know. Stan 16 for 34 for just 204 yards with those 3 INTs. Other ones that jump up at you.
This would leave the Chargers at 7-6, still in the playoff hunt, but they have a tough schedule to contend with. And they'll whistle this play dead. This will be the 10th play of this drive. Second longest that San Diego has had tonight. Ed Hockley, the referee tonight.
Before the ball was snapped, false start by the offense, number 70. It's a 5-yard penalty. It remains 3rd down.
Vaughn Parker, the left tackle out of UCLA.
Chargers basically in 4-down territory and in 4-down score and time territory as well for Bobby Ross.
This has really been so bad. It doesn't even look like Bobby Ross is mad anymore.
He's well into disgust.
Yes. 3rd and 15. Humphries dumps it to Fletcher, can't handle it. Stan went down and is talking to Ed Hockley because he was belted by Slade. He didn't like being roughed up at all. Now he's going to yell at Slade a little bit. Stan isn't about to back down from anybody.
No, nobody. And you know, I don't think he has a cause here to gripe about the fact that he got hit. They were setting up a screen, and the offensive linemen are supposed to just sort of punch the defensive lineman and let him come to you.
4th and 15 and down 38-7. They will go for it. It has not been a VCR kind of night for Stan Humphries.
17 pressures.
Here comes another one. Humphries on the run, throws, almost intercepted. There is a marker down. Scooter Magruder nearly had it, and Stan Humphries got blasted this time. A flag is down. It will be roughing the passer. Boy, he really went down hard that time. Mike Jones, the defensive left end, will be called for roughing the passer.
Personal foul, roughing the passer by the defense, number 96. Blow to the head. 15-yard penalty, automatic 1st down.
You'll see Stan's head hit the ground. And he's just basically out.
This will get Sean Salisbury up and throwing. And it really wasn't as violent a hit as it initially looked, but it was the hit to the head that drew the penalty.
What happens is Mike Jones is in the air. He's got his chest wrapped and his arms wrapped around Stan's head, and when all of the body weight hits that and drives the head into the ground, he's down. Watch it, he's going to jump and just sort of tackle Stan, and then wraps himself around him, and his head hits the ground. You see that left hand just fall limp. Stan is out. They're still working on him on the field.
One of the toughest guys around. He's been beaten up the last couple of years. We will check on his condition when we come back. 38-7 New England.
The Chargers speak out in the schools again.
Visa. Tonight's topic, winning in December. The Lions' Wayne Fonts has a winning percentage of .688, 3rd among active coaches. San Diego's Bobby Ross has forged a 76.5 winning percentage, 2nd only to George Seifert and the San Francisco 49ers, who absolutely own December with a winning percentage of 80. Well, tonight will be a blemish on Bobby Ross's December record, but he says he has done so well in December because players' character surfaces in big games. And Stan Humphries, with that prototype batting of the eyes after you've had a blow to the head, boy, you just hope that Stan is going to be all right for next week because his night's done. And Sean Salisbury will come in and throws past
This is Stan Humphries on the field before they got him up.
Oh. Well, that's a scary look.
They are not focusing. I mean, what Kyoki Kamau, who's on the left there, is the trainer trying to get, is some response from him.
Salisbury floats it out of bounds. Intended for Martin, but he ran into double coverage. And Humphries will be put on the cart and taken to the locker room.
There's a good thing that happened, Mike, is at least he's up and walking. Those eyes still aren't focusing.
3rd and 10 for San Diego. Salisbury with a set and throws wide of Still at the 10-yard line. Humphries night done, 16 out of 36, 204 yards, a touchdown, but 3 interceptions.
And the Patriots just continue on defense to put pressure on the Charger quarterbacks. Still blinking those eyes, Mike.
Boy, it's going to take a while for Stan to realize even where he is right now. Our best goes out to him. We hope he's all right. 4th and 10. They'll go for it again. Salisbury throws this one behind Tony Martin. And they'll turn it over on downs. 5:48 to go, 3rd quarter. It is a rout in San Diego. New England on top by 31.
Charger wide receiver Tony Martin in our spotlight. A big play receiver who leads the league in touchdown receptions. Well, because the game's gotten out of hand, he hasn't been much of a factor. Early on, man coverage, he beats Reynolds off the jam, widens out the post, and then just flat out runs Reynolds for the big touchdown. Then, after the game got away, they started playing zone and double coverage. The hitch underneath, and then when they put him in the slot, he gets 2 linebackers at him, gets hammered right there. Again, because no man coverage, he hasn't come up with the big plays. Here are the numbers. They've thrown to him 11 times, 5 receptions for 84 yards and a touchdown. Only 1 play over 20 yards. Those are big plays. Of course, that's the touchdown. 46 yards of that 84 yards coming on 1 play. Mike?
And Mark, it's really tough to find anything good in the San Diego offense tonight. Patriots take over at their own 17-yard line. Martin flagged down. Martin gang tackled. Kevin Ross led the charge. And now we'll check out the penalty. And Terrence Shaw slow getting up.
That's because Reuben Davis fell on him.
And this will go against New England.
Bobby Ross will decline it.
Illegal shift on the play. There were 2 men moving on the offense. Number 41 and number 84. The 5-yard penalty is declined. Brings up 2nd down.
Illegal shift.
When you were playing, was this kind of defeat easier to accept than the one-pointers?
Nah, nothing. No.
No?
No way. There's no such thing as accepting a defeat easy. And if you lose by 1 or you lose by 50, they're still, I think, very hard to accept. It's the type of loss that it is that I think is going to hurt Bobby Ross here, because his team has just beat themselves as well as the Patriots contributing to it.
Bledsoe on the blade of Martin. Chargers everywhere. Lou Bush with the tackle.
Ball carrier.
It's an ESPN NFL special Thursday at 7:30. Chris Berman and Tom Jackson bring you up to date. We'll be in Indianapolis for Ricky Watters and the Eagles as they battle the resurgent Colts. So impressed with Indianapolis today. Those guys played their hearts out. They've suffered more injuries than anybody.
Coaches like to call those gut checks, and they sure came out and played well. Paul Justin, I thought, played very well for him at quarterback also.
3rd and 11. Bledsoe sidearms that one complete up to the 24-yard line, but it's going to be short of a first down. Coach made the catch, but Govea was right there.
That just gives you an idea how strong Drew Bledsoe's arm is. A lot of times you see guys throw with velocity when they can step into a throw. That time he stood basically flat-footed and just fling the ball out for Ben Coates.
4:32 to go in the quarter, and Tupa will punt to Gordon.
Darian Gordon, deep for the Chargers.
Stadium by now is already about half empty. Low line drive. Gordon from the 35. Broke one tackle and then buried after he got back to the 45. A return of 11 after a low punt of 40 yards. Mike Bartram down to make the tackle. We talked earlier about the New England weapons, and that's what you need on either side of the ball. Look at the numbers on these guys with Bledsoe, Martin, Coates, and Glenn. This is pretty good production.
I mean, you know, you think Martin's got his 52 yards rushing. Coates has got his 5 receptions. Glenn's got his 4 with a touchdown. Drew Bledsoe been razor sharp with the 4 TDs.
People will pick up the paper in the morning, say 197 yards. He was extremely accurate. Salisbury throws incomplete, still was there. And you can't say enough about the New England defensive backs. Every pattern San Diego receivers run, they're on the inside of it.
And I think a lot of that has to do with the coaching of Bill Belichick, who, of course, got fired in Cleveland. And I don't agree, to be honest with you, with Art Modell taking shots at Bill Belichick and saying that he was pressured into it and the guy didn't do a good job. There's Bill. I think he put together an 11-5 record there, the second best in the history of the Browns. And, you know, doing a good job with his ball club.
Salisbury dumped back at the 35-yard line. Slade and McGinnis, the bookend rushers, got to him.
Mike, oddly enough, the only salvation that the offense of the Chargers will have is to try and throw the ball short. I'm talking somewhere between 7 to 12-yard passes. If Sean Salisbury holds it too long, you're going to see more sacks like that.
5 sacks for New England. There's the short pass, and taken out of bounds at the 43 is Charlie Jones. What makes the 5 sacks even more impressive is that New England came into this game last in the NFL in sacks, and they've got 5 tonight. Credit Al Groh and Bill Parcells.
The thing that I've noticed from New England, Mike, is they just continue to bring safety after safety from different parts of the field to put that additional pressure on San Diego quarterbacks.
Darren Bennett, who's been a busy man, will kick to Meggett. Crushed it. Meggett all the way back to the 5. And doesn't get much out of the return, only 6 yards after a 52-yard boomer. Eric Castle made the tackle. National Hockey Night, Tuesday on the Deuce, 7:30 p.m. 2 of the Western Conference's top teams, the Vancouver Canucks and the Detroit Red Wings. Then on Wednesday at 7:30, an Atlantic Division battle between the Philadelphia Flyers and those New York Rangers. 2:59 to go, third quarter. The Patriots, who will find themselves sitting atop the AFC East at the conclusion of this game with a 38-7 lead. They have the tiebreaker over Buffalo. Martin, ouch, Govea in the backfield.
And that's really something that's been very quiet also. Kurt Govea's first time we've really called his name. And Junior Seau has been basically non-existent. There's Kurt Govea. Once Curtis Martin starts this way, he's going to close and make the play. Patriots came in tonight wanting to run at the perimeter of this San Diego defense. Haven't had too much. Their passing game has been so potent.
2nd and 14 for Bledsoe. The quick out to Glenn. Seau hustled out there to help Gordon on the tackle.
Terry Glenn is a natural. I mean, the way he runs, the way he handles himself on a football field, it's like the guy's been there all his life. He makes moves. When he gets his hands on the ball, he has a plan. He knows what he wants to do.
Third and 7. Bledsoe almost intercepted by Gouveia. Had it right in his hands at the 25 and couldn't hold it. And Gouveia may have hurt one of his hands.
All Kurt Gouveia does here is when Drew looks this way, Kurt goes that way, and that's where the ball's going. He's just looking at Bledsoe all the way. Now he's going to break on it. And Junior comes in and hits him.
May have jammed his hand into Junior. Gouveia, who Bobby Betther drafted originally when he was in Washington.
Either that or trying to catch Drew's pass hurt his hand.
Yeah. Still will wait for Tupa's punt. Still from the 47. Retreating. Gets a block. Lost the ball. New England is going to score on special teams. Corwin Brown. Touchdown. 42-yard fumble return. The Chargers said before this game they were concerned about having Still back as a kick returner. They thought he could either break one or put one on the ground. And right there, he put one on the ground. Larry Wiggum was the man who knocked it loose. There's a marker down on the play. And the conference.
See, I now have figured out why they have as many officials as they do in football games. You need at least 3 for a discussion and 4 to keep the players away so that the discussion can carry on. See how you got this group talking. He's going to keep them away. You keep the Pats, and you build a little wall around him here so that these guys in the middle can make a decision.
There was an illegal block in the back by the receiving team. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is a touchdown.
Larry Wiggum, number 25, is going to force this fumble, and he is a special teams phenomenon. Now Still starts to the left. He's trying to get outside the wall. Look at him, see him trail him, number 25, and then he just gives it the old Tommy Hawk chop, knocks the ball away. Corwin Brown gets a late Thanksgiving. Larry Wiggum, number 25, great hustle, just decides to go inside and really just doing a good job of weaving and bumping. But he doesn't quit. Okay, Stills is making the play, but this guy won't quit. Great individual effort.
5 San Diego turnovers, 31 points for New England. Ouch. Vinatieri knocks it through, and the slaughter is on. They're dancing in the streets in Boston.
Not in San Diego. I know they didn't play well against Tampa a couple weeks ago. Stan Humphries admittedly, said basically it was my fault I played a bad football game. But in every phase of football tonight, the San Diego Chargers have not done anything. I mean, it is really the worst I've seen a professional football team play across the board in a long time. And so, you really have to wonder a little bit, Mike, how good are the New England Patriots? I mean,
yeah.
They've executed, they've done some things, but really San Diego sort of handed it to them on a silver platter in every aspect of the game.
Well, let's give some credit to New England.
Oh, absolutely. I'm just saying.
Their defense played extremely well. I know the point you're making. You're absolutely correct. But Bledsoe took advantage of it on offense, and the defensive players took advantage on that side of the ball.
And we've seen special teams now make it.
Yeah, absolutely. And Bill Parcells said this will be a challenge, a playoff atmosphere, a big game on the road, and he wanted to see how his team responded. Now, I know Bill Parcells will find something that he didn't like to talk about on the plane ride home, but most of it he's going to be very pleased. Still will return the kickoff. Splits it right up the gut. Vinatieri makes the tackle at the 45. Still trying to atone for his mistake. These are the standings you'll see in the AFC East. New England over Buffalo. They have a better divisional record right now. That's the tiebreaker advantage. Indianapolis with a big win today, still 2 games back, and now back in the playoff hunt at 7-6. Miami drops to 6-7. They're probably done. The Jets were done in October. Fletcher, Berry.
And I think something that Jimmy Johnson commented on today, he said this football team that he has right now, and that's the key word for him right now, is not good enough to overcome turnovers and mistakes. 4 interceptions, I believe, today by Dan, which is very uncharacteristic of him.
Salisbury to Deans May, the big tight end out of North Carolina. He's up at the 45-yard line.
These are the passes that the Chargers have to try and complete on offense, Mike. It's going to be the short one. Because if Sean Salisbury has to hold the ball very long, New England's just going to bring those backers again in backs, and he's going to wind up on his.
The report on Stan Humphries, still in the locker room being examined. It looked for all the world like a concussion. And they have confirmed it now. Salisbury with a quick out. That's complete to Charlie Jones, who ran past the first down sticks and out of bounds.
That's just another rookie mistake. He has the first down. You know, he's thinking it's towards the end of the game. I've got to get out of bounds. I've got to stop the clock. It's only the third quarter, Charlie. I mean, it's a good thought process, but it doesn't belong in the game at this point.
It is 4th and a yard for San Diego. Russell will try to get it on the ground and did not get back to the original line of scrimmage. So the San Diego Chargers are seeing it all go south, and they will turn it over on downs. First down, New England, already leading 45-7.
Mike, this is the price you pay when you have youth on a football team. Brian still puts one on the ground. We saw Charlie Jones a couple times, you know, leap for a ball maybe if he would have kept running. He gets really one catch taken away from him, but even when he got up, he didn't try and run for it. Here now, instead of getting the first down, he runs back out of bounds, winds up giving the ball up. That's what happens with youth. I mean, Bobby Ross certainly doesn't appreciate the fact that these kids have to learn. Would love to have them deliver more than just go through the learning process.
This will be the final play of the third quarter. Martin hitting the backfield, lost a yard. Govea slashing in there. That's the end of the third from San Diego. 45-7 New England. We're in San Diego, and time to look at the Braun storyline for you. 45-7 with still a quarter to go. Drew Bledsoe extremely efficient inside the 20. They have been perfect. 4 touchdowns in 4 opportunities, and those 5 huge turnovers. 31 of the 45 points coming off of turnovers. Bledsoe will start at his own 46. Rifles over the middle to Glenn, and Glenn down to the 28-yard line.
You know, Mike, we saw him throw the ball the last time they had the ball, throw it to Ben Coates flat-footed. That time, Drew Bledsoe has an opportunity to sit in the pocket and really step up and put it down the field. 4-0.
It'll come back.
I'm going to show you. After the call here, I'm going to...
Holding by the offense, number 87. 10-yard penalty, repeat second down.
That's Ben Coates.
I'm going to give you an idea of how footwork and delivery are important. Look at the lower left box, okay? There's the lower left box. Now watch his feet. He's dropping back, little play action fake. Good set. Plant that right foot hard, right there. Okay, now get your weight going forward. Now, if you look up at the right box, you'll see that he's got his weight going forward, left shoulder up in the air just a little bit. The ball's going to come out, and he's going to make a good throw and a good transfer of weight. Now that is throwing on balance with good mechanics.
A perfect strike for 26 yards, but called back. Here comes the blitz. They'll go with a run to Martin. Curtis Martin to midfield to the Charger 48-yard line. When we saw Drew Bledsoe in preseason, he said one of his goals was to raise his completion percentage. He wanted to hit 60% of his passes this year. Of course, he was coming off of a terrible year last year when he had a separated shoulder.
But I think realistically, that's where every quarterback should point. Of course, Drew, it was going to be a good increase for him. Was 6-7 points over where he was. That was going to be his way of playing better football for his team.
3rd down and 4. Bledsoe throws, 1st down. Jefferson to the Chargers 38. Terrence Shaw was right there.
Well, he is in total command of what's going on. We saw him audibilize to Sean Jefferson on a hitch that wound up being a touchdown. Now we see him decide to go the other way and have him run the slant, and Sean makes the catch.
55% or better. They are perfect. They will extend that record to 9-0. He looks like he's standing in the backyard with some guys in the neighborhood.
Yeah, it's just let's go out and play football on a Saturday afternoon.
Mario Greer will get his first carry, and I was just about to ask you, when do you start thinking about getting your starters out?
Now.
Bill Parcells, right? Good answer.
There's the guy. Chris Palmer has worked with Drew Bledsoe. He's the quarterback coach, but I'll tell you something. This guy's not getting enough credit for the job that he's done. Ray, lean back a little. There you go. Thank you. I didn't want him to move out of the circle. But Ray Perkins, I think, has done a terrific job of getting the weapons back that he needed to support Drew Bledsoe and allow him to play at this level.
And you have always been a big proponent of quarterback coaches.
Absolutely. I think they're vital to the growth and continued progress of a quarterback.
Bledsoe leaves him out on 2nd and 9. Greer behind Gash. Greer running hard down to the 35-yard line. Greer out of Tennessee, Chattanooga, a rookie. Dwayne Gordon, who was injured earlier, back in to make a tackle. Here's how accurate Drew Bledsoe has become. The last 5 games, he has had 4 games over 70% completions. He only had 3 his first 51 games in the NFL.
Mike, part of that is coaching. Part of that is his desire to improve. And part of that is playing enough so that you see all the different defenses you're up against, knowing your offense and what you want to do with the football.
Flag is down. Byers with a catch. Horse collared by Gordon at the 25. Now they'll check the marker. And, you know, everything goes together, Joe. One of the other parts of that is he's got a running game with Curtis Martin, so he's not forced to throw all the time.
Exactly.
Ed Hockley discussing the penalty marker.
We just saw Keith Byers make that catch, too, Mike. I mean, Bill Parcells just couldn't rave enough about him. He says, you know something? This guy will do anything I want. And, well, terrific hands. Has some of the best hands in the league.
It's another illegal
shift in the offense. 2 men moving at the same time. The man in motion and the up back were moving at the same time. 5-yard penalty. Repeat 3rd down.
Byers number 4 all-time in receptions by a running back. Bill Parcells says I can use him at tight end. I can use him at a running back. He can still run the ball. He's an excellent athlete.
Giant fans will remember this name. Zeke Moak, he said, was the only guy that he could compare him to. He said, because he said, I could put Zeke anywhere, and he could get the job done for me.
Byers over 5,000 yards in receptions. Was not happy being a tight end in Miami. Jefferson and Glenn to the same side. Bledsoe with a screen. Nice catch by Meggett. Dave Meggett with a great one-hand grab. Gets down to the 32. Terrence Shaw made the tackle.
Bill Parcells is in a little bit of a bind right now. You're going to have 4th down and about 4. You send your field goal team out. It's a little bit long. It's not, you know, to send your punt team out, it really isn't long enough. So I think what you do is you go for it. This isn't trying to run the score up. This is just a good decision at this point on the field.
San Diego's already given up. There's Vinatieri. San Diego's already given up 45 points. The worst since 1988 in a regular season game. And they lost 48-10 to San Francisco. Bledsoe having trouble finding someone now. Has Coates. That used to be the guy he threw to 4 out of 5 times.
When in doubt, look for Ben.
Pass completed, number 87, the Ben Coates.
Big Ben just keeps on working. I mean, you know, he's the kind of guy you can't cover, I think, one-on-one. Bush is trying to stay with him. He's mugging him and mauling him, but he's just so big and got wonderful soft hands. Drew did a nice job of just buying time. Again, I can't say enough about that offensive line, the job they've done tonight.
They have been superb. San Diego blitzed so many times early, never got there. Greer fighting for extra yardage inside the 20 to the 19. Junior Seau in on the tackle.
The big thing for both coaches at this juncture with 9:15 left in this ball game, you don't want to see anybody get seriously hurt. I mean, this thing's basically decided. It's over. And Bobby Ross has just got to say, all right, we got to get out of this thing healthy so I can line my people up and get ready for some tough road games against Pittsburgh and Chicago.
Well, P.O. can get hurt that way. It goes the other way, big guy. Of course, if they hit him in the back of the head, he's going to be extremely well protected. Greer behind Gash. Sam Gash is the unmentioned guy in this offense and the guy who throws some wicked blocks and is primarily responsible for a lot of the yardage that Curtis Martin has racked up in his 2 years in the league. Sam Gash, called by Bobby Ross earlier this week, the most underrated player in the NFL. Bill Parcells loves him, and he's become a much better pass receiver.
And Curtis Martin speaks of him like a bodyguard, a personal protector. He said, we really try and help one another. He said, if he makes a great block and I don't gain any yards, I feel like I let him down.
And they've become almost like brothers with that relationship. Greer again. Breaking tackles. Greer to the 10 to the 5. It will be 1st and goal, New England. Rodney Harrison saved the touchdown.
If that isn't indicative of the night that the Chargers have had defensively, nothing is. This is a football team, the San Diego Chargers, who have not done a good job tackling all night. And that started right in the beginning. Bush, Gavea, Junior, they've all struggled. Junior Seau, heart and soul of this defense, has been a non-factor.
First and goal in a public mugging in San Diego. Greer lowers his head, so does Seau. They collide at the 5.
You know, I wouldn't expect Bill Parcells to just run 4 plays down here and be satisfied with anything. I think he's going to run his offense. He may run it again this time. Then, you might look for the play action pass for the touchdown. And, like I said, I don't have a problem with that. I think you just keep on putting points on it.
I don't think Bobby Ross will have a problem with it either.
No, Bobby was in the same situation he did. Plus, again, we have to remember, points are a determining factor in tiebreakers.
Greer behind Gash. Got to about the 3. And somebody lost their hat. And it's Reuben Davis.
You still can't find. Where'd it go?
10 yards away from it.
Where'd it go? And you guys seen this? Oh, thanks. Okay. Ted Bruschi probably didn't take a shower this morning. Nobody said, oh, hold it. Here comes one of the other guys.
Ted Company.
Hi, Ted. What are you doing over here?
Third and goal. Greer inside the 2.
Now, Bill's at one of those crossroads again. He can try and run it in, or just kick the field goal. My guess is he's just going to try and pound it in maybe one more time, or possibly run the play action. Tupa on the left, Vinatieri on the right.
No 7 field goals for Adam Vinatieri.
But maybe a 5th touchdown pass for Drew Bledsoe.
Could be. Some of the fans don't like it. dives. No signal yet.
He doesn't get in. He's going to be about a foot short of the goal line. Greer trying the old patented Marcus Allen or Walter Payton up and over. Doesn't quite have the spring.
The Chargers hold. They'll take over on downs.
Introducing McDonald's Deluxe Sandwiches. They're new. They're big, with fresh toppings and a bakery soft roll. The average adult has over 8,000 taste buds. Get ready to use them all. It's McDonald's with a grown-up taste.
Would a man attack the peak of K2 if a remarkably soft pair of pants were placed there? Would a man tread the lip of a volcano for pants that were pure cotton yet wrinkle-free? Would a man brave the trackless Sahara for pants that were suitable for work and play? A man would, if he were a fool, because he could go to the store and say, yes, I'd like to try on the ultimate pant, new by Hager. Besides, your wife won't let you go to the Sahara anyway.
Hi, Tom Bodette for 1-800-4-Motel-6, our toll-free reservation number. Now, to remember it, think of that 1 as an I, then I ate. And those look like 2 eggs. Now, say you ate those eggs for your cousin Mo, then tell 6 people. There you have it. I ate 2 eggs for Mo, tell 6. Works for me. Well, I'm Tom Bodette for Motel 6, and we'll leave the light on for you.
Can MasterCard unite the world? Well, the world can't seem to agree on a single language or even a single philosophy, but we can all seem to agree on a single currency, Gold MasterCard, accepted at over 280,000 cash machines worldwide.
ESPN Sunday Night NFL is brought to you by McDonald's, official break of the NFL, by Hager, stuff you can wear, and by Motel 6, where you can always find a clean, comfortable room for the lowest price of any national chain. Call 1-800-4-Motel-6 for reservations.
San Diego's Jack Murphy Stadium, the site of a bludgeoning tonight as the New England Patriots, with 5 minutes left to go in the game, lead 45-7. And the few cheers that we hear from the stands are from Patriot fans.
The thing is, too, Mike, is San Diego has contributed more to their own demise than I feel like New England has.
31 points of the 45 off the turnover. Salisbury from the end zone throws complete to Still out to the 10. Otis Smith was right on top of that one.
Patriots will go, the Chargers will go no huddle.
Sean Salisbury, who was out of football a year ago, worked for a sports radio operation. That one is tipped incomplete by Terry Ray. 10 minutes on the last drive. 10. Count it.
You know what they did? They ran it, and when they had to convert the third downs, they did. And that's the way you do it.
That looked a lot like the New York Football Giants.
Yeah, but you asked Bill about that. He says, you know, when I had the Giants, I knew what I had. He had Lawrence Taylor. He had Phil Simms. He still doesn't quite know this football team yet.
And the way he explained it last night, I think, is the essence of coaching. He says, I don't have that kind of team. I can't come out every week and run it all that much.
5-yard penalty. It remains third down.
What he has done is take the weapons available to him and mold his system to fit his talent. That's the way you win football games or any other athletic endeavor.
Yep. You just take with what you've got and do the best you can with it.
Bill Parcells in the last year of his contract. I sincerely hope that he comes back. I think he is very good, not only for the New England Patriots, he's very good for football in general. Salisbury throws this one off the fingertips of Still up near the 20-yard line. Coming up after our broadcast, Dan and Keith with Sports Center. They'll get you caught up on everything of the day in sports. The Broncos clinched a home field advantage throughout the hospital. Akeem has gone back to the hospital, and a conversation with the new #1, Bobby Bowden of Florida State. That will be followed by NFL Prime Time.
Okay, let's go.
Troy Brown will now do the punt return duties. He's back at his own 43. Poor kick. And it will go sideways out of bounds near the 45-yard line. A 50-yard punt with the bounce, no return. Back to San Diego in a moment.
All across the heartland, in big cities and small towns, and all the miles in between, we're there. In the best of times and the worst of times, a helping hand along your way. A company dedicated to helping you get the most out of your car, as well as your life. For all the miles to come, Phillips 66, the performance company.
I'm pretty much an expert on large produce. This here's one big peach. Pretty much puts my big pumpkin to shame. Love is the sweetest name. But that's all right. You see, I've been working on one humdinger of a kiwi.
See James and the Giant Peach. Pull up a chair because TCI is bringing it home on pay-per-view.
There aren't too many second chances in life. So HBO is bringing you Second Chance Tuesday. Because how often do you get another shot at something you missed? Like this, or even this. Every Saturday night on HBO, you're guaranteed a new movie. What you might not know is that you get another crack at it Tuesday night. If you missed Saturday Night Guarantee, you need Second Chance Tuesday.
Welcome back to San Diego. The New England Patriots secondary in our Packard Bell spotlight. They have been the worst secondary in the league, rated number 30th. Tonight they come up with 3 big plays. Early on, linebacker Ted Johnson, an interception. A little bit later, strong safety Lawyer Malloy, another interception. And then finally, Otis Smith, under Martin, picks off the ball. 3 INTs for the Pats tonight, Mike.
I tell you, they have been very impressive, Mark. Very impressive. Scott Zolak relieves Bledsoe with 4:22 to go. And Greer will follow Gash as they keep it on the ground. Greer knocked out of ground bounds at midfield. Back to Mark.
All right, Mike. So far this season, the Pats have been giving up 254 yards a game. Tonight, 20 completions on 46 pass attempts, only allowing 179 yards. 3 INTs, the 1 touchdown they had given up. It's a pretty good performance by a much maligned and much injured Patriots secondary. Mike?
And Mark, you want to get healthy at the end of the year going toward the playoffs, and that's exactly what they're doing.
And you want to get momentum also, and that's something else they're doing.
2nd and 6, under 4 minutes to go in the game. Greer again, this time caught by Rayleigh Johnson. 4th-year man out of Arkansas. The Patriots' last drive took more than 10 minutes. Only a minute 23 short of the last 9 Charger drives combined.
I think they call that domination,
yeah,
don't they? Now, Bobby Ross is just, I mean, right now, he's thinking about all the things that he's got to say to this ball club to get them pointed in the right direction, because they're on their way to Pittsburgh next week, who lost the ball game, and they're not going to be happy either under Bill Cowher.
No, they're going to be 2 very unhappy football teams meeting. Draw play to Greer. He'll be stopped short of the 1st down. Needed a yard. Didn't even get back to the original line of scrimmage. I'm sorry, he didn't get back to the original line of scrimmage, which would have made it 3rd and 10.
In on the south, John Parella, along with number 38, David Hendricks.
Zolak out of Maryland, a school that has produced more than its share of NFL quarterbacks.
Yeah, and Boomer ran out of magic today.
Yeah. Boy, he sure had it for 3 weeks.
And you know, I'm really thrilled to see how well he has played. I mean, he's really rallied that Cardinal team around him. You know, they're up there, what are they, 6 and 7? 6 and 7.
2 for the punt to Gordon. Low line drive. And bounces out at the 12-yard line. 2:08 to go in the ball game. It has been all Patriots.
They come in many shapes and many sizes and carry the hopes and dreams of millions. They're mutual funds. But where do you begin to look for the funds that help meet your needs? The answer? Funds Network, America's largest mutual fund investing service. Funds Network gives you the choice of more mutual funds than any other single source. Select from over 3,300 mutual funds from companies like Fidelity, Dreyfus, and Janus. Plus hundreds of no-load funds. Funds Network pulls them all together for you in one easy-to-use statement. How can Funds Network be so in tune with today's mutual fund investors? Because it comes from Fidelity Investments. Ah, you say, no wonder. For a free list of highly rated funds, call 1-800-FIDELITY today.
Flex Integral, with its pivoting head that adjusts to the contours of your face, gives you our closest, smoothest shave anytime, anywhere, fast.
Huh? Is there a problem, officer? Do what I say.
Braun, designed to perform better.
Gentlemen, start your engine.
Thursday, it's Philadelphia at Indy on ESPN Sunday Night NFL.
High above Jack Murphy Stadium, the Goodyear Blimp Eagle providing these aerial pictures tonight. Goodyear Blimps travel over 100,000 miles every year covering major sporting events.
Sounds like you and me.
Yes, it does.
If we took the blimp, it would take us a little longer, but we'll do it.
Tell you what, it's nothing but New England Patriots fans left. A lot came from the East Coast, a lot California bound who are fans of the team. Fletcher makes the catch and gets it up to the 23-yard line. And that's going to get us down to the 2-minute warning here in San Diego, where New England is romping.
What makes this Dodge Caravan such a value is our family value package. For no extra charge, you get 7-passenger seating, security drawer, air conditioning, and more. Plus, you also get seats that roll, cup holders, and storage spaces, even a great stereo. All for just $17,815. But what makes this family value package so valuable is where you'll find it. In America's best-selling minivan, Dodge Caravan. See the friendly Northwest Dodge dealer near you.
I'm John Dwayne.
And I'm Chris Kelly.
Instacash asked us to explain to you exactly how their payday loan works. Well, we thought we'd just show you.
Everybody's needed a small amount of cash in a small amount of time. Stuff just sneaks up on you.
Yeah, like covering a check at a bank. You know, they don't do that for free anymore. All right, so what is this? L.
Everybody does payroll advances. Instacash simply does them better.
They're the people to see when you need a small amount of cash for a small amount of time. Instacash at all these locations.
Feel like? Should you use the same club on every chip shot? The answers are in Golf Digest. No matter how well you play, you'll find tips and advice that will dramatically improve your game. Guaranteed. Want to know where the slot is at the top of your backswing? Or if you're good enough to carry a 4-iron, subscribe to Golf Digest. 12 issues are only $19.77. You'll also get our video, Hit It Longer and Straighter, free.
Call 800-228-6000. That's 800-228-6000.
The loss is one thing for San Diego, but the play that occurred in the third quarter may have lasting ramifications as Stan Humphries took a blow to the head and watched his head hit the turf. He really went down hard and suffered a concussion, and just painful to watch the expression on his face. And all we can hope is that Stan Humphries will be fine and be able to come back next week. They have to play at Pittsburgh, then travel to Chicago, and then in our ESPN game on December 22nd, they'll go against the team with the best record in football, the Denver Broncos. This is a tough remaining 3-game stretch.
They can catch a break in that Denver game if they can win the next 2, because Denver probably will sit a lot of their people to get ready for the playoffs.
Salisbury chased up into the pocket and is decked and sacked.
Salisbury, run for a loss.
Chad Eaton will get the sack. And Chad Eaton is a special story. His mother is extremely ill with liver cancer. He said her one wish is to see him play, and I hope she got a look at that one. Terrell Fletcher with the catch. 6 sacks for New England tonight.
There he is, number 90.
Just signed off the practice squad. We have a timeout, 1:38 left to go. Back to San Diego in a moment.
From home with the world's #1 selling home computer with Intel Pentium processor. Packard Bell. Wouldn't you rather be at home?
And if I see fear in a man's eyes, I will say no. I scream no! Because truth is what brings us here today. For a man will live and die to take hold of his dreams, for the strength to pass by those gates of fear.
It starts with a full quarter pound of beef, with fresh toppings, our chef sauce, on a bakery soft roll. McDonald's Arch Deluxe. If it were any more grown up, we'd need to check your ID. Oh, thank you. It's McDonald's with a grown-up taste.
Can MasterCard help stop a thief? The answer lies in the tamper-resistant panel that MasterCard pioneered. It makes a stolen credit card practically useless. And your MasterCard even more secure. MasterCard. It's smart money.
Dan and Keith getting tuned up to bring you Sports Center. Coming up right after our broadcast, they'll bring you up to date on the Broncos' clinching win today. Akeem Olajuwon hospitalized again. And our conversation on Sunday night with Bobby Bowden. Salisbury has this one batted down to line of scrimmage.
You know something else too, Mike? We're getting to the time of year where the Pro Bowl balloting is going to start a week from Monday, I believe, is when the ballots are cast. And Bobby Ross has got to figure not too many of his guys will be considered after tonight.
Tony Martin better get some votes.
He should go unanimously. And I'll tell you, as Rookie of the Year on the other side of the ball, certainly Terry Glenn has done a fabulous job.
Absolutely. Salisbury throws down the middle, almost intercepted again. And that was Larry Wiggum. The Patriots have the Jets, then they have to go to Dallas and then play in New York. So they're going to be favored in at least 2 of those. It'll be pretty close with Dallas. But they could run the table.
Yeah, they really could. And, you know, obviously the Cowboys are certainly going to need that game to keep pace in the NFC East, where Philadelphia won today. Washington's been off for 10 days. Salisbury throws the interception. Picked off by Jerome Henderson, who was originally a second-round draft pick of New England and then went to Buffalo and Philadelphia before coming back. Salisbury just throws this ball behind Jones. He gets it out, but doesn't get it out far enough. The ball's late behind him. Here comes the INT. Jerome Henderson just breaks on it. 6 turnovers and 6 sacks by the much maligned New England defense. Well, they're going to be thrilled on the charter flight back east. Yeah, but you know what? I guarantee you what Bill Parcells is going to tell them is don't get big heads over this. You know, they handed us a lot tonight. We didn't really have to work that hard for some of them. But, hey, nice job. I mean, that'll be it. And really, Bobby Ross, I think, has the biggest challenge, Mike. What's he say to his football team? I mean, it's easy when you're a New England Patriot. You got good things going. But Coach Ross has got to figure out something to say to this ball club in the locker room. Well, it won't be good job, men. No, that will not be it.
So Bobby Ross will have him ready to play next week in Pittsburgh. All Zolak will do now, he's take a knee. So the New England Patriots go into first place in the AFC East because they currently have the tiebreaker over the Buffalo Bills, who lost in Indianapolis today. And this is, you would think, this kind of performance and the streak they have been on is something they can really build on going into the last 3 weeks.
Mike, the fact that they won on the road here in San Diego is, I think, overall maybe the most important thing, because they've done it away from home.
Don't forget, we'll be back with you Thursday night from Indianapolis. The Eagles and the Colts in a game with a lot of playoff implications. Hope you'll join us for that, a special Thursday night presentation. Our final score here, the Patriots 45, the Chargers 7. Coming up next, Sports Center, Dan Patrick, Keith Olbermann. The top stories they'll be following: the raging Broncos, the hospitalization of Akeem Olajuwon.